So,
Gratters, what's up, my man?
Plenty of it in the early stages. England have won
Ew.
it. Bellingham skipping around a couple of challenges did really well. Good ball retention, but again, England going sideways and backwards rather.
England better play better than they did last game.
Going forward, it's not a mindset of the team at the moment to say as soon as we turn it over, we're going hell for leather for the.
I couldn't find an English flag. I could only find the UK. I fucked it up.
Check back. There was no one in advance of it.
Foden giving the ball up on the left-hand side of the midfield. To the feet of Trent Alexander-Arnold. First thought just to lay it back.
Kane is going to get a hat trick.
Declan Rice will be able to take over. This is still inside Danish territory, although they've gone back now inside their own half of Gagey. Stones can bring it forward. John Stones starting at 21st successive.
Let's go, bud. I hope you're having a good day.
Now towards Saka. Saka into the feet of Jude Bellingham, who took it neatly. He was given a couple of shoves. The referee didn't think either of them was a foul. Højbjerg is going to be able to bring it away. He sensed actually that Bellingham had hurt himself. So Sporting
these Danes, they're going to try and get under the English's skin. You know they are.
That England will give the ball back to Denmark from the resulting throw.
Yeah, good play there by Saka. I'm not sure if old Saka is trying to feed the ball inside to Bellingham and spin off him. Or maybe even a one-on-one situation. I'd like to see him just do that little dancing and just get on the outside and whip something into the box. Worst case scenario, you get a corner, you force your way outside.
TalkSport will be the station that will allow you to have your say into everything that you've heard. This latest England performance. At the conclusion of the game, Adrian, giving you the chance to have your say.
Olays, man. Olays.
Italy later. And Faith and others will also be on hand to bring you all the live reaction from the tunnel as well. And then more reaction tomorrow morning. Alan Brazil, Ray Palmer, and Gabby Agbonlahor reflecting on tonight's result on the TalkSport Breakfast Show. That's tomorrow.
I didn't even catch the lineup. Let's have a look here.
The Danes speared a long ball over the top. And the offside flag was up. It was a close call. This ball was played straight through the middle of.
Bellingham got that beautiful goal the other game, Grad.
And Alexander-Arnold with a lovely switch of play out towards Kieran Trippier, who's controlled it, chests it down. Lobs it forward inside the box. Bellingham can pick it up. He's got his back to the direction of play. Just comes back outside the left-hand side of the box. Back onto Kieran Trippier's right foot. Doesn't put a cross in. He's worked it short instead for Foden. Foden to Gagey. Back again for Stones. But Walker's the out ball on the England right. And they've got it to it. Infield towards Bukayo Saka. To Walker again. It was at this stage of the game the other night that England found the breakthrough in a tournament that's been full of early goals so far. Saka back for Stones. To Rice. Now down towards Walker. Will he take on Christensen? No, plays it across the edge of the area instead for Foden. Chops it onto his right foot. Can he get a shot in? He can, but he's missed the top left-hand corner. A fraction high, a fraction wide, but England's best move of the game.
Yeah, great play there. Interchange on the wide right and into Foden. Really quick feet from Foden. Checked it back onto his right. Moved it again onto his left. Opened the goal up brilliantly as he come into the box. And just the bounce of the ball saw him get under it slightly. Well done.
Oh, I think it's only a matter of time, man.
Right in front of you, the best chance.
We'll have a look here.
Without a shadow of a doubt. And Phil Foden was begging for that ball much earlier than it was given to him.
Four international goals that he's got to his name. Jude Bellingham also on 4, but has scored in each of his last 2 internationals, including the winner the other day. England have it on the edge of their own penalty area. It's 0-0 here on TalkSport. So we'll bring you live commentary of all 51 games on the TalkSport network over the course of Euro 2024. Bukayo Saka just caught by Christensen. Referee, Ivan Diaz from Portugal, has let plenty go so far. Any 50-50s, he's been more than happy just to let play develop. Only given a free kick up to this point. Vestergaard's going to be able to find Højbjerg, and Denmark will play out for the back.
Yeah, just looking at Christensen there, as I say, ball went over his head. First thing you do, you know when a player is lacking pace or nervous, they look around to say who's covering the run here. And the answer was, it's you, son. You've got to get back with Saka spinning in behind you. And there's a real lack of pace in that back three, Jim.
Yeah, Vestergaard on the left-hand side, Christensen and Joachim Andersen. Another really good season for Crystal Palace. That's the makeup of the defensive line for the Danes. Now chipping one forward here, but headed away easily by Kyle Walker. Super unlucky, but he couldn't quite divert it back down towards Walker. Maybe I've got a toe to the pass to just flick it away. And it goes out for a throw that England will take in front of their own dugout. Danes, one defeat in 13, and they won 8 of those. The one loss that they've had coming in Northern Ireland at the end of qualifying. England, 2 defeats in 15 coming into this game. Walker. All the way back for Jordan Pickford. Pickford taking a touch, taking a second touch, and then there's a little bit of angry body language from him as he side foots it forward for Gahey. I don't know whether he was anticipating that somebody should be making a more dynamic run down the left. England will try and work that kind of passing avenue now, but the ball doesn't find Foden. And Denmark can get it back and will go back for Yannick Vestergaard, who for the moment finds himself in the centre of the 3 centre-halves, having moved there from the left. And Christensen has just come down to the left to give Christiansen a little bit more cover, maybe. Bellingham will put pressure on goalkeeper Schmeichel. Kasper Schmeichel letting it out. Rice was there with the press, and Hjulmand has given it away. Rice on the edge of the penalty area, trying to get himself into a shooting position. It's clear for Kane. Left-footed effort from him is blocked. Comes back off Anderson and squirts out of the England left-hand side. But there is a susceptibility to a dynamic press for Denmark, and they showed it there. England exposed it well.
Well, up in the tempo of the energy out of possession there was fantastic by England. They went, they squeezed, they went man for man, and a straight ball anywhere near Declan Rice's man, you're asking for trouble. It's a poor ball by Schmeichel and turned over very, very well by England.
Yeah, Yeoman was the one that really didn't want to receive it with his back to the direction of play on his own penalty area. Denmark got away with that. It's 0-0. We played 17 minutes here in a humid Frankfurt afternoon. Foden coming inside for England, who have the majority of possession. Back for Gahey. Gahey clipping an aerial ball down to Kyle Walker. And Walker forward over the halfway line, goes into the feet of Saka. Jude Bellingham looking for the return ball. Walker making his way forward, and he's beaten his man. Past Christensen, inside the penalty area, trying to put it on the plate for Kane! 1-0 England!
Let's go!
Magnificent for Walker down the right-hand side. Coming inside the box. A little ricochet or two. Kane,
Absolute quality finish.
50th goal of the season for club and country, and it's the one that might win the group for England.
Less than 20 minutes,
Brilliant
man.
start for England. As I say, it was the ball played in behind Christensen. He thought he had an eternity. He saw the run out of Saka, but it wasn't Saka the danger. It was Walker who tracked him down, run the ball off of him, and crossed the ball, slight melee, and it's that man, knows where the goal is, knows where to be. Harry Kane, 1-0 England.
His 64th goal for his
Look at that,
country.
8.1.
67th goal in his last 70 games for club and country. 50th of the season for Bayern and England, and it gives England a 1-0 advantage. 13 goals now he scored in major tournaments for England. It's some record. England 1, Denmark 0. Clean sheet from here, and England have won the group.
Yeah, certainly have. As I say, there was a couple of deflections, just looking at the replay, couple of deflections in the box, just outside the 6-yard box, but it's Kane, the presence of mind to let it roll across his body, and the simplest of tasks to slot in with his left foot. And you can see the weakness with this Danish side. Any sort of dynamic movement will cause them a problem.
So England, for the second successive game, a goal up inside the opening 20 minutes. Possession 63-37 in their favour up to this point, and they'll feel that they have been the better side, but certainly the last 4 or 5 minutes, well, they pressed more dynamically, has caused Denmark no end of problems. They survived their warning, but England punished them at the second attempt. And Vestergaard will bring the ball forward out from the back here for the Danes. And out towards the right-hand side where it's flighted forward. A long ball from Anderson, headed by Stones on the edge of his own penalty area. Walker battling with Christiansen. Played forward again by Yulman. And he will get the return ball 10 yards outside the box. Højbjerg now towards the edge of the penalty area. Back for
Now they need
Christiansen
to
again.
keep it up because
Left
last
foot
game
ball
after
in,
they
takes
scored,
deflection
they
off
started
Morgan.
playing
Might
bad,
come
dude.
through inside the box for Eriksson. Trying to win a corner. And
Hey,
goal.
George,
Saka
what's
will
up?
be
Go,
able to eventually hammer
go
it away.
Denmark, he says.
You know, we're doing that situation for England. It bounces inside the centre circle, and that will allow England's back four to push forward way outside the box. And everybody in advance of them to condense the play in the midfield as well. We're 20 minutes in. England leading by a goal to nil. And Christensen plays the ball forward from the back for Denmark. Højbjerg.
What do you mean something rotten?
Mailer on the right wing for the Danes.
Go on.
Towards the edge of the penalty area.
Go
Trippier
on.
just backing off.
Fucking-
Mailer not really engaging with him. Slipped it past him to Højbjerg. Comes down towards Jolman. To his left-hand side, Christensen will come forward. The Danish number 6 goes square to his right-hand side for Anderson. Denmark try to respond. They've had good possession and decent territory in the couple of minutes since England took the lead through Kane. Right towards the edge of the penalty area again. And then Højbjerg goes in, so too Declan Rice. Loose ball going through inside the box. And England with the presence of mind to be able to get it away. The help for Kieran Trippier there, who's a right-footed player at left back. As he came onto his right foot, he was able to get the ball clear. Academic in the end because the offside flag has gone up and it's a free kick to England. Midway through the first half, Stuart, and England a goal.
Yeah, really good presence of mind there by
shit.
Kieran Trippier. Just used his
Shit.
body really, really well in the box. Just to deal
I don't
with
know
any
much
danger.
about
And
Hamlet.
you're
I
looking
can't
at
remember
England, there's
Hamlet. I
England's
can remember
strength. Once
Macbeth
again,
way better than
similar to
Hamlet.
the other night, on the right-hand side, Walker's got to surge on and get beyond
Thane
Saka
of
when he
Scotland.
can, or give him the ball and support from behind, because it's Christensen,
And those
the
witches,
wing-back,
Heckett, that old
racing
bitch
up,
of a
looking
witch.
to deal with it, and Eriksson coming across as well. So the 2v2, one of those is Eriksson, and I'm not sure Christensen's got the pace to deal with either Saka or
Hey,
Walker.
Dankbomb, what's up, dude?
Pace
Thanks
is
for
not a
joining us,
commodity that
man.
The vast majority of those in red are blessed with. Yulman towards the edge of the penalty area again. England on the back foot once more. Mailer with a cross that's blocked well by Trippier.
What's the deal with
And
the
it goes
bad
out of
teeth?
play
How
for
did
a
that
throw.
come to be, man?
Taken 10 yards from the
How did the
corner
bad
flag.
teeth come to be? What is that about?
Again, the man that scored the winner the last time these two met. And he's put England's noses in front again. Bellingham turning to the wrong way and they're giving possession away down by the dead ball line. The Danes trying to work it back. Eriksson had found a little pocket of space inside the penalty area, but they couldn't find him. Cleared again for a throw, which is taken short. Denmark with good possession around the edge of the England box in the last 3-4 minutes or so. Eriksson working it in. Played down towards Finn, who's
Yeah, my
dropping off
teeth
from
aren't
a
great either.
central striking position.
And I
Eriksson
don't go to
coming
the
forward.
dentist.
Right
Fuck
footed
it.
cross come shot from him. Loops high up in the air. Important that England win
Yeah,
the
I don't
second
either.
hit.
I don't
Saka's
either.
header away, not the best. It's going to come for Christensen, who drives it in. That was going wide. It's hit Saka. And
No,
ends
I
up
didn't.
going out of
Who
play
do we
for a
have?
Danish throw.
England have got to get a
All I
little
can
bit
think of
sharper
is,
on the
what's his
pressing
name?
and around that
Wiggins.
defensive box. You cannot let the Danes move the
We
ball,
got
move the
height,
ball,
though, man.
look for
There's a
shot
lot
at
of tall
goal.
dudes.
On that occasion, I think Christensen would have been better suited smashing it at goal rather than, I think he tried to cross.
Well, we're 23 minutes in. You were talking the other night about substitutions, not far beyond this point, and we've had many discussions since on air about dynamic substitutions and the best time to make them. So, midway through the first half, would you make any at the moment?
At this moment in time, I wouldn't. What I would do, emphasis on Walker and Saka. Don't want you turning out at any given time. If you're fronted up by Eriksson, go and take him on. If you're fronted up by Christensen, do exactly the same. That's key. Also as well, Jim, on turnover of possession, can I see the back of 2 or 3 players' shirts looking at running behind dynamically? I've not seen that from England yet. So every time we turn over a possession, we're
Yeah,
not
it
going to
must be.
threaten them quickly.
It's England legend Stuart Pearce, as always, part of our team here for England on Talk Sport. As Højbjerg goes out to the Danish right-hand side for Mailer. High ball swept inside the box. Finn going up for it, but he was very well patrolled.
Yeah,
by
England's
Stokes.
going to win, dude. Look at the ratings. Like, they're playing.
But could do no more.
I don't think the Danes are going to keep it up. England just has to
back.
play up to their standard.
And just for a moment, England
They
had
can't
a
sag
3
like they
against
did
3,
last game.
isolated on
They
half
dropped
line.
off after they got that goal. As long as they keep
That's an
playing
early
well.
ball. It's an early delivery from the goalkeeper.
They
I know
get
he's
one
saying,
more
"Look, I
goal.
want to calm the situation down.
It's gonna look really good.
I understand that. But you're 3-on-3. There was no even look to play that ball in dynamically quickly.
They're trying to get one forward here for Bellingham's run. Schleifer comes out of the edge of his own penalty area to pick it up. But that was better from England. That was the pass as they try to get the midfield runners going up against the slowest of the 3 centre-halves, Yannick Vestergaard. He made the positional change for the Danes to swap those centre-halves round. Vestergaard going into the middle.
Well, I think they're covering his pace up a little bit, but Christensen's not demonstrated to me that he's blessed with a deal of pace.
They're only
either, to be
taking
honest with
12?
you. So
Well, I guess that's, yeah,
Leicester, what they've done there.
2 full lines and then 2
You would
subs.
imagine England will be hoping and expecting to be able to
It's
exploit.
Tokyo, right? Are we in Tokyo
Much more
now for
defending to do.
Olympics?
Since taking a 1-0 lead. It does play into England's hands on the counter-attack, which is clearly an area
Uh-oh.
that Denmark
Uh-oh.
can struggle from. Eriksson towards the edge of the box now. Play
Vestergaard.
his way through. Rice on the stretch, trying to get it away. Foden back defending. Bellingham such a calm head
Oh,
under
Paris,
pressure,
okay.
just walks his way out of
Paris.
trouble. Danes have got a body down inside the box. Play will go on. Saka to Walker. And now Alexander-Arnold will play forward for Saka again. And Saka caught by the sliding Vestergaard, who gets a yellow card for
Aha.
challenge just inside Danish territory.
There you go. He got carded for that
So
one,
the
you
Danes
guys.
were looking for
Ah!
a free kick on the edge of the box. I think what he's done is actually stub his feet actually on the turf. And then Vestergaard, a really poor challenge. He's had 1, 2, 3
Poor
goals
challenge.
at
You
Saka,
lose.
and he knew full well that he was never ever getting back goal side.
And the only player for either team who's on a yellow card coming into this game is Jørgen, the Danish midfielder. Vestergaard, the first to pick one up today. 2 yellow cards results in a suspension. England with this free kick that Kieran Trippier will look to take. Seeing a replay of Højbjerg going down, caught it absolutely right. He did stub his toe and did so well outside the penalty area as well. It's momentum taking him inside the box. Free kick taken short by Trippier. Right-footed ball over the top. Gahey trying to hook his right foot around it. Did well to make contact. He could do no more. And the ball ends up rolling innocuously into Kasper
That's
Schmeichel's
awesome.
side net. 27 gone on.
Nice
top
grad.
score.
That's
1-0.
awesome
I
grad.
think we're in a similar position as we were a few nights ago against the Serbs, where I've got a feeling after the run of play and what I've seen of the opposition, there's a game here to be won 2 or 3-0, Jim. I really do. I think we've got the tools to hurt them, but we have to make it a physical game.
Yeah, George,
We
that's a
have to go
lot of
after 'em a
players.
little bit.
That's a lot of
A
players.
couple of nights ago,
But I
think
guess
we eased
injuries and stuff, you might
and,
need them.
I
So
hope we don't do the same this evening.
Højbjerg able to lay the ball back for Christian Eriksen. And Christensen will bring the ball forward. Jørgen. And Anderson. Ball out towards Mailer is always on. He's keeping the width on the Danish right. Kieran Trippier was circumspect with his defending. Now he goes out to engage.
We've had a few instances around the box because we're not massively aggressive in our press around the box. They've been out to play through us on occasion, and players bursting past our defensive players and getting too much of the ball inside the box. And we're fortunate there that the ball, just from Højlund's point of view, didn't drop to him. He managed to get a turn up.
Yeah, try to improvise with a little backheel flick, which hit Trent Alexander-Arnold and went through for Jordan Pickford. Pickford, who's kept clean sheets in 9 of his last 13 tournament games for England. And just to reiterate the situation in this group, it was held earlier today a 1-1 draw between
yeah, they
Slovenia
should
and
win,
Serbia.
dude.
Means if Pickford can keep another clean sheet now, England will win this group with a game to spare. If they do so, they play a team
Oh, Davis too, hey?
finished third in their group.
Dude, this might be the
in
dream
Gelsenkirchen
team all over
on
again.
June the 30th. Crossfield ball from England, from within their own
Like, I
penalty
know
area.
the
Gahey
Argentinians are pretty good and the Brazilians are pretty
walking back
good,
for Stones.
and some of the Eastern
Stones.
European teams,
Pickford has got
but
time to take a touch.
I don't know. That lineup
The
looks
most
good.
vigorous press
Hey,
deployment,
George,
which,
who's
Pickford
coaching
will
them?
be relieved about.
Who's coaching
Harrison
the
running it back
Americans,
for Bellingham
George?
in the midfield. Bellingham trying to reply in kind, but couldn't dispossess Yeoman. Out it goes to Mailer again. A lot of the Danish attacks coming down that side. Finn, no offside flag up against him at the moment. Mailer clips it in high. Pickford comes to meet it. Stones maybe was favourite. Pickford got a hand to it, paddled it away, and now Saka will be able to pick it up, and Stewart urges him forward, and he's running 30, 40 yards forward before Christensen comes across, blocks him off, and Denmark get it back.
Yeah, sheer panic there from the Danish defenders. He's gone past two, and it was the third one who blocked his run. I thought it was an obstruction personally. Just talking about England on
Well,
their
they got
build
Kerr.
up and press.
Well, that'll be
He's
good.
got four
He is good.
attackers
Kerr's
coming
good.
towards the ball. You can't have
Pretty
that.
solid.
You have to have at
Pretty
least
solid.
one or two of
He
them
fought Michael
looking to
Jordan
threaten
once
to
at
go in
practice.
behind the Danish backline. Otherwise, things get too tight and too congested.
Vestergaard with the ball inside the centre circle.
Oh, really? Oh, that'll be
Towards,
interesting.
Christensen again. Christensen inside his own half will just lay it back.
Yeah,
Vestergaard
Grad, I tried to
between
clip
the
some
lines.
Saint stuff,
Now
but I
Finn
couldn't get
dropping
around to
off.
it, so
Had to spin it back out
it'll be
towards
good to
Mailer.
watch yours when I get
Mailer
around
taking
to
on
it.
Kieran Trippier. Yard also outside the penalty area. Finn coming back outside the box. Højbjerg is able to bring it forward. He goes back for Anderson. Anderson, stretch ball inside the penalty area. Problems for England for a moment. It ends up just cannoning on to the roof of the net of a Danish player. Last touch, I think, came off Gahey. And it's the first corner of the day. Denmark have it. England with the lead.
Gahey's done brilliant.
Yeah,
there,
you have a
but
good
once
day
again,
too, Grad. Thanks for stopping in.
35 yards out from
England's
goal.
going to win, man.
Danish
The
player on
Danes,
ball,
the
comfortable
Danes
in
can't
possession,
match
no
it. They
pressure.
don't have the
Straight
the
ball onto
quality,
the edge of
dude.
the box, and there's a clear sort of passing line to feet.
All right, Grad, if you're taking off,
Too
this one's for
simplistic.
you, dude. Here you go, Grad.
Danish corner right in front of their own support.
Thanks for stopping in, Grad.
Vestergaard can be a menace in this situation at 6'6", making his way forward towards the edge of the 6-yard box. But just as the corner was
Take
being
care,
taken,
dude.
the referee's blown his whistle.
Hey,
And it's
Space,
ball
how you
over
doing?
Christensen and Walker. And Aldo Diaz just laying down
What's
the law.
good,
Down the
Space?
pair of them. But they have to approach this in a fair and legal manner. They both have their lecture and both walk away grinning.
Just
Yeah,
as he,
AO is
the
just
referee
the
stopped the game,
preferred
you saw
vernacular.
exactly what they're looking to do. It's the Teddy Sheringham peeling round to the penalty spot and finishing Højbjerg. Hopefully they don't try it again and get away with it again.
Yeah, running deeper this time. Vestergaard heads it over the bar, but the whistle had gone before he did so. And it's a free kick to England inside their own box, which Jordan Pickford will take. Let's go back pitch side and catch up with our England correspondent, Faith Carruthers. Faith, you've got a theory about why Jordan
Right on,
Pickford hasn't
Space.
been
Thanks for
going long
coming
so far.
in.
Why he hasn't been going long. Well, probably
Yeah, I
because
might
of the
have
pitch,
to,
first
George.
and foremost. But what I was
I
actually going
might
to say was
have
about
to.
Gareth
What are they going
Southgate,
for right now,
demonstrating.
George?
He thought better of it, actually.
I
with the
dipped
fourth
off on
official,
the
but he was
PS3.
very
I haven't
angry
even gotten a
about the
PS4.
foul on Saka, another one where his run was blocked, and they're happening too frequently. Gareth Southgate not happy with it.
Okay, Faith, thanks for that. England again, taking their time, coming out from the back. Finn, guilty of a foul. Gahey bends down and repairs the turf after he was caught by Finn. He had to nudge the ball away, and challenge from the Danish number 19, saw more ground ripped up. Denmark pick it up easily again. Yeoman, oh, it's hit off the post from 30 yards.
What?
It's an extraordinary strike to get Denmark
What?
back on level terms.
What?
Yeoman picking up possession, took a touch, and he's lashed
Oh!
it in off the inside of the left-hand post. And England's lead has lasted barely quarter of an hour. The first goal
With
they've
all
conceded in the
the
tournament
Saint stuff, Trace?
draws Denmark level at one apiece.
Well, Harry
Holy
Kane's
crap,
received it
Denmark.
in the
What
far
the
corner
fuck?
there, and he's basically turned and played it blind across, I wouldn't say the face of the goal, but maybe 30 metres out. And once again, We
Yeah,
talked
I would
about
get
it
the
earlier.
disc drive,
Do
George.
not give
I would
players
get the
space
disc
to
drive.
play
I
passes.
would get
On
the
that
disc drive.
occasion, it
It's one of the
wasn't a
main
chance to
reasons
play
I
a
held
pass.
off is I didn't like
It
the
was a
all
chance to get
digital.
his head up
I
and have a
didn't
shot,
wasn't
and I'll tell you
attractive to
what,
me.
The ball absolutely arrowed straight in the corner. I don't think Pickford's got a chance of getting anywhere
You'll
near
land.
that. Brilliant strike. Slammed off the post and into the net. 1-1.
Sometimes you just got to hold your hands up and say
The
you've been beat by a
Danes.
shot of real quality. It is his first.
Well, George, you know that I live in
international
a community with Scandinavian heritage, right?
Portuguese league this season
Danish,
is for the,
Sweden,
has
and
got
Norway.
Denmark back on level terms. But it came
Norwegian,
after a
Danish,
12
Swede.
minute passage of play where England were getting forced deep, and because of the precarious playing surface, just in danger of positional errors and losing possession too easily, Denmark have eventually exploited it.
Well, exactly that, Jim. If in and around the box, say, let's have a dome, a defensive dome of 30 metres, you've got to get into the passing
Wait,
line.
Saint
to the
got
opposition.
jumped by
If you
3
let them play
dudes?
straight passes or balls into feet in and around the box, you're relying on little bounces going your way, and that's a dangerous game to play for any defender.
Schmeichel taking the free kick. The shot, incidentally, measured at 114
England-
kilometres an hour from Morten Jolman.
Holy shit, you guys! 114 kilometers an hour.
Just trying to do the mathematics in my head to
George, there's George, dude. There's a little town south of here called New Norway. Like, hello.
It is Denmark winning possession again in the midfield. Højbjerg chipping
Yeah,
it over the top.
for agricultural
Stones,
purposes.
backpedals, hands away.
They're even
Well,
called the
it's Kyle
Vikings
Walker.
here, man. And they have a
Walker coming forward,
a
away
museum
from
that has a big
Christian
long
Eriksen's
ship.
challenge. Still he goes, Kyle Walker, but ended up passing it into the midriff.
Yeah,
of
New Norway is
the
definitely
lunging
based.
Christensen. And England won it back, not for longer. Bellingham with a sliding challenge in midfield, and the referee has pulled play back there.
Fuck, I didn't
It's a
see the
breakthrough,
jumping, dude.
because the Danes had a real advantage. But he's pulled it back for the foul by Bellingham on Vin to give Denmark a free kick on the edge of the centre circle.
Yeah, he just committed to the decision, the referee. Unfortunately for England, he did.
1-1 the
Yeah,
score.
we couldn't
Harry Kane
either.
on 18. And Morten Hjulman on 35 with the equalising goal.
We've got a situation once again. We've got our nose in front.
Dude,
of it. Since
New
that
Norway
moment,
is
I
good.
don't
There's
think
just
we've done
nothing
anything
there. Like,
particularly offensive.
what you can get for housing and stuff, like it's
Hjulman.
nice. Everything's nice and new, but you got to travel for work.
Now
So
back towards
screw
Yannick
it.
Vestergaard. Vestergaard 8 yards inside his opposition half. Forward towards Højbjerg. And Højbjerg goes back once more for Christensen.
Fill up with Learn the Saxophone Weeks.
yeah, you'll be punished with one. That's how she marks her territory and her
England again
victims.
on the right-hand side of the penalty area.
That's how she
And
claims
he
you.
tried to repeat his initial effort. Couldn't get that one right, but it took a deflection and
You have
looped
been
away
taken
and out
as a
for another
ward.
corner.
Yeah, Yeoman got himself in a really good position there. Probably about
Taken as a
25
ward.
metres out, received on the half turn, and as soon as he
Like
fronted that
Theon
goal up,
Greyjoy
my heart was in my
with
mouth.
Starks.
Good block eventually in the corner to deal with.
Eriksson will come across to take it. Slightly different setup for the Danes this time. We've got 5 in.
You like that one, Dan?
It's a very big ball towards the far post. Anderson heading
Theon
it back in.
Greyjoy.
And Pickford had it covered as it went over his bar and onto the roof of the net. So about 15 minutes ago, we were
Well, I didn't
talking
know your
about
dog was a
potential
female.
changes. Stuart, since then, Denmark have had their best 15
Your
minutes.
dog
of the game.
queefs?
They're making changes
Dude, I
now.
saw this
I don't
dog
think I
like
would
diarrhea
personnel, if I'm being
in the
honest
middle
with
of
you,
a
but there's
crosswalk
certain
yesterday.
tactical
That was
things I
pretty
would look
gross.
at and say,
The
every
owners
time we
kinda
get the
just
ball on the
looked
build-up,
around
I
all
can't have
weird.
My 4 forward players all coming
Hey,
back to the
Shan,
ball.
what's up?
You've got to keep encouraging. At the moment, we're playing them at a static sort of passing game. We've got to make this game an athletic encounter. That's
She gets
what will
pumped
hurt
up
them.
like a hot
And at
air
the moment,
balloon,
we're
and then she
playing
flies high
when
into the
they've got the ball.
sky.
Well, possession just after England scored was 63-37 in England's favour.
Yeah,
It's
Shan,
now
welcome,
exactly
welcome,
50-50.
Shan. Yeah, my
I
dog
think
used
the
to
closest
fart
I
and
would
it
have
used
come
to
to a
stink.
sub, if I'm being honest with you, is probably Conor
It sounded like
Gallagher
these
once
weird
again to offer us
gurgles,
that
and then there'd be like
energy in the middle of
stinky
midfield.
smell.
In for Trent.
Yes.
Vestergaard to his right hand side.
Hey,
The Danes
Shan, thanks
with
for
their
coming
tails
in.
up. And working it forward towards Mela.
Hope you're having a good one,
Taking on
Shan.
Trippier, and his cross was poor. And the service have been a little bit better, particularly from that right flank from Denmark. This could be worse than it is for England. 1-1 the score. England dominating. I say dominating,
But it makes them sound like
when they
one.
were at their best, as dominant as Denmark have been when they've been at their best.
There's no shame in it.
Harry Kane,
Queef loud and proud.
lasted just over a quarter of an hour. Yeoman with the equalising goal for one who's played so little. He's certainly
Eat,
not
pray,
brief.
Queef.
He's
That was a good South Park.
looked very assured in the heart of the midfield. Alexander-Arnold poking in, just got it to Rice and away from Rasmus Højlund. They'll get it back for Pickford. Pickford looks across and gives a message to those in the technical
That face
area.
looks
Raises
pissed
left hand
off.
above his
It's the
head.
best
Foden
pissed
can bring it
off
forward.
emoji.
Foden's
It's
still
like-
going. He's passed 3 challenges. Still Phil Foden goes and tries his luck. Left-footed effort that Schmeichel can make a comfortable save
Like
from. But that
Borat.
was much
Like
better.
Borat.
I've seen that from him in the tournament at all so far.
Yeah, really good play
Oh,
there. As I say,
good old
it was his
Borat.
half turn and an effort earlier, and obviously coupled that with that turn, it just shows how easy England
Borat
players can
wins.
go past the Danish
Borat
players, but you've
wins.
got to ask the question to get the answers you want. And at the moment, I don't think we're asking enough questions in possession of the ball.
So England with it again at the back with John Stones. One of the criticisms that you offered the other day was that England's attack was lopsided, but so much was coming down the right-hand side. Not
one's
an
for
awful
you
lot
guys.
Down the left. You've been more impressed with what you've seen from Foden. He's been coming into more central areas again, but has done so more effectively. But England's still offering very little down that side against Mela to try and take him back, and that's given him more license to push forward.
Yeah, we've had nothing at all. I wouldn't say very little, I'd say nothing at all. When Phil Foden's done some of the better work that he's done in the game so far, it's been coming central, or alternatively coming near enough right the way across to the right-hand side.
3.5 minutes to go to half-time.
I would still, I think, Jim, like our fullbacks to get advanced a bit more aggressively as well. Walker's done it
Incredulous.
once and we've scored from it.
Bellingham lays it back for Trippier. Trippier's ball inside the penalty area for Kane. It's a difficult one to control. England win the second zone around the edge of the penalty area. Finn, the player that was beaten for Denmark. Good little backheel flick round the corner. Trippier in towards Foden. Foden coming towards the edge of the box. Left-footed. Look for Saka's run. But the ball was too high for him. And it's gone
Do you
out of
think
play for
Saka
a goal
ever
for
got
Denmark.
sacked before?
1-1.
Saka has been sacked, and he cannot get up.
There from Foden.
He is
Got on
feeling
ball
the pain
extremely well.
deep in
Good
his
set up
sack.
by Bellingham and Trippier.
And the doctor's
And I
out on
think
the
he
field
just got
now,
caught in
tending
two
to his
lines
sack,
and
and
just
we hope
overhit
that
the cross
Saka
shoulder.
can get up the strength to walk off the field on his own.
In the second group game, 5-0
Pace
draws
trace.
in the second
Yeah,
group
she
game
keeps
that they played in
pace.
major
She's
tournaments
like a
since
drill sergeant.
1990.
Pace
Last
trace.
defeat in the second
Sound
game
off.
in the Euros was back before that in 1988, the 3-1 loss to the Dutch.
Space.
I've got to say,
Smells
I'm
like
looking for
space
a victor
dust.
in this game. Either team at the moment look as though they've got
Give us the space
potential to
cash.
score a goal and win a game.
1-1 is the score with a couple of minutes to go to half-time. At least one to be added, but no more than 2. Rice, forward towards Foden. Foden's ball back, just counted off Højbjerg.
Give us the space cash.
Højlund gets involved, linking up the play. Now it comes down through the midfield for Højbjerg again. Out towards the right-hand side for Mela, the danger man. His cross, well dealt with by Mark Gahey, who climbed above Højlund to be able to get it away. Harry Kane back defending on the edge of his own penalty area, taking up possession, but just trying to bulldoze a lone furrow through because there was no outball for him, really, and Denmark get it back so easily.
Yeah, you're right in what you say there. As I say, Kane picked the ball up 40 metres from goal, and it's him running forward. And
Right on.
he's got
Thank
to
you,
his left
Space.
Bellingham to his right, Saka.
Thank you, Space.
No, neither.
See, there you go, Space. You're keeping the
Højlund for
pace.
Højbjerg, and straight at Pickford.
The subscription pace. The like
Well, they've been the better
pace.
side over the 45 minutes
Space
as a
Trace
whole.
keeps the
Denmark
pace.
have been superior. You wouldn't say
Always
that England are
first
hanging
place
on
in the race.
necessarily, But all the best chances are coming away to our left-hand side rather than to our right. And
Pink poo.
another
Pink poo
lacklustre
emoticon.
45 minutes from England. Given away again, this time by Stones. Højbjerg fall for Højlund. And on the left-hand side of the penalty area, Rasmus Højlund works it across to the penalty spot. Couldn't find Højbjerg. England will be able to get it out of harm's way with Rice. He thought that he was fouled by Mailer in the process.
Yeah, the little like Teletubby
does come out
mush
of the penalty
thing.
area. Then Vestergaard steps up for the defensive line to beat Bellingham as it's fired forward. But it does.
Now I need to think of something that rhymes with waking up with your name.
I think if you ask the three centre-halves for Denmark whether they're quite
nothing's coming
in the game, they would say, yes, we are, because none of the England forward line are looking to run in behind us. And that's our Achilles heel. We've got to do that, stretch them and ask questions of their weaknesses.
1/3 man run forward from Jude Bellingham. Sanchez made a run into a central position to get on the Foden cross, but haven't really
think you
seen
can
too
mess
much.
with space,
Certainly
Trace?
no
Get ready for a
longevity
face
or
full of
pace to be
mace.
able to expose the lack of pace. I think a well-publicised lack of pace in the majority of the Danish back line. We are in one added minute into
The
this
shy
first half.
Japanese
Saka
girl emoji.
working forward cleverly here for Kane. Kane will take on Christensen. Plays it back for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Right-footed ball in from
Yeah,
him.
they always, and the
Eriksen
little
becomes a
smile,
fight
and then
ball. Trent wins the
their
fight,
eyes are
heads it
closed,
on.
right? Like,
Saka down to the right-hand touchline. Back it
or
comes
else they
from
have
Kane.
big glasses.
Kane to Walker. Walker to his left-hand side for Declan Rice. Stoppage time at the end of the first half. England led, but have been pegged back.
That's true,
Had a
George.
struggle.
That's
Had a ball
true.
inside the penalty
Yeah,
area.
yeah,
from Trent,
exactly,
and finds
Big Bob.
way all the way through to Trippier on the left-hand
Oh, we
side
like
of
you,
the box.
Space. That's why everyone comes and subs to
Towards
you.
Gahey. Gahey to Declan Rice. 10 yards outside the penalty area. England need to be quick about this. Down towards
So
Saka.
it's a vibe.
Saka chesting it down on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Just forced away. Playing in Foden. Foden with a left-footed effort. Schmeichel took a step back. Knew he was going to go over his bar. And that takes us through to half-time.
There we go, halftime.
Moments of positivity for England taking the lead, the principal one of them. But they dropped back after that. Denmark deserved the equaliser, which came with a stunning strike from Yeoman. And at half-time in Frankfurt, it's England 1, Denmark 1.
Well, some of the
Yeah,
England
definitely
heads
not
down as they
normal.
trudge off. They go
That's for
really
sure.
slowly as well. Get in the dressing room.
Looking for
Get the
normal? Don't
messages
come
from
here.
Gareth Southgate. Get your heads up. Come out and play like top-level elite footballers. I personally don't know what's going wrong. We'll try and get the answers from Stuart Pearce on that. But that, for me, is unacceptable for an England side. And Gareth Southgate has a job on in that dressing room to get them playing better. Let's take a look at the halftime highlights with Carly.
Halftime highlights on TalkSport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Well, before we do, that's 1-1. Let me give you a few stats that might well worry you. England going in front was fantastic, but then the same old story, wasn't it, after that? After England scored, Denmark had 77% possession, at the end of which they scored their
that's
equaliser.
us.
77%. Incredible. Jude Bellingham touched the ball 7 times in the 15 minutes between the goals. Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane have linked up 0 times whatsoever in that first half. And in the middle 20 minutes of the first half, Phil Foden, who actually I'll speak about in a second, 3 touches of the ball. That's in 20 minutes in the middle of the first half. I actually think Phil Foden's done all right. He's had a couple of shots on target. He's made some space for himself. Certainly not stuck out on the left. He's drifted inside, but at times that's left Bellingham stuck out on the left, which seems really odd. Stuart Pearce, I'm probably sounding frustrated because I am frustrated. I'm seeing Declan Rice telling Jordan Pickford to calm down and slow down when you're saying up here he should get the ball up because we've got a 3-on-3. We should get it out quicker. What on earth is going on the pitch? What's happening?
Well, firstly, weaknesses of the Danes. They lack pace. So we know that going into that. The 3 centre-halves really lack pace. Anything in behind them, they get a big problem. So we
Well,
know that straight away.
Kind of like
Eriksen is
Steven,
sort of
except for
playing
goal attempts.
Tucked in on the left-hand side for the Danes defensively, and he's being asked to go and deal with Cole Walker when he gets the ball. Massive mismatch.
Yeah, I'd be pissed too,
Really
Gratters.
big
This
mismatch.
is just like
So
the last
you-
game, man. They
Walker,
scored and
with
then they
his pace,
started
every
slipping
time
up.
You get the ball and you see Eriksen in your eye line, run past him.
They're
And all
better
of a
than
sudden,
this, dude.
Christensen's got a question to.
They're definitely
to
better
ask.
than this,
We've
Grad.
got nothing on the
Unless you're
counter-attack
pissed for a
because every
different
time we
reason,
turn
but
the
I'm
ball
assuming you're
over,
pissed
I
because
see players saying
they're
calm
not playing
down,
as good as they could
and the
be.
front 4 going back to receive the ball to feet. At least 2 of them, you've got to see their number. To stretch play, to either play the ball in behind them or alternatively to free up space for the likes of Bellingham to come and receive the feed.
Yeah, they're better than this. This is like the last game. They scored and then they got lazy.
It's a natural balance.
How irresistible are cheese and crackers?
Cheez Its
More
suck.
importantly, defensively.
Shut up, Cheez
Because
Its.
in and around our defensive dome, we're not getting tight enough to players to stop the passing lines, the goal coming from it, namely, and a couple of other situations as well. Sorry, it's a big list for you.
No, I love it.
But that's where it is. I don't know.
Will there be
whether
any substitutions at halftime?
A game for Conor Gallagher's energy, just to give us a lift and someone to, drive the team a little bit with their sheer energy. I think that's the main thing that's needed.
I'm not going to blame the pitch because it's the same for both sides. But there are divots on how difficult is it to play on a pitch like that. Bearing in mind, Belgium and Slovakia played on this. Both of them complained about the pitch afterwards.
Yeah, listen, the pitch might be a little bit wonky. Not the end of the world. It's still a top quality pitch. That doesn't stop you turning and running forward. It doesn't stop you taking people on. It doesn't stop the whole list that I've just offered you there. And we need to do that better because at the moment we got our goal, which is good. We show good energy to get the goal and stuff like that. When we have pressed, we look quite aggressive. But at the moment, we're playing a game at a tempo that suits them. And I said it the other night, and I'm going to say it again. If we play to their tempo, we're not playing to our strengths.
Yeah, he just said it. Yeah, he just said it. If England plays to the Danes' tempo, they're denying themselves. They're better. They're faster.
I don't understand. What's that message about and why is he so deep?
Well, firstly, he's trying to get on the ball and build play. Whether that is correct or not sure. We spoke about going into these internationals about are we getting enough pound for pound out of Declan Rice? Can we utilise his energy a little bit more? You see him when he pressed at the front of the team, which Michael played a straight ball. That's his forte. We might need to get him up the pitch a little bit more to offer us that energy that I'm hoping Gallagher might offer us if he comes onto the pitch. But at this moment in time, it's a little bit too static.
Yes, I am Space. I got it set up, scheduled right now.
We need to show it.
Two very quick questions.
Hoping for the best. Should be a good atmosphere. Close to home.
Harry Kane scored a goal. Great. What's he doing for the equaliser? It's a great strike, but he's passing the ball into the centre of the pitch, maybe 35, 40 yards away from our own goal to nobody in particular. What is he thinking?
No, he's hooked one blind, basically. He's took a touch, then hooked it blind, and that was a dangerous thing to do. Sometimes you get away with it, mate. Sometimes the player gets the ball played to him, gets it out of his feet, and unloads a shot like
that's
that.
Right, it is.
You've got to give credit to him. It was an absolute howitzer of a shot. It really was, by Jurman.
It was a fantastic strike. One final one. Trent Alexander-Arnold in midfield. Has this experiment got to end now?
Well, at this moment, why? I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to answer it before you answer it. Why is Trent in midfield? He's in midfield to play forward passes in behind the defence. If you've got four advanced players all coming back to him, there is no ball for him to play. So you're killing his forte.
Well answered. And there were lots of questions there. There's a million more after the game. And we don't know what's going to happen in the second half. We will be taking your calls. Make a note of the number. You may well need it. 03717223344. That was the halftime highlights. Thanks to Carling 18+. Please drink responsibly.
Halftime highlights on TalkSport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18+, always drink responsibly.
Well, there are 99 problems, but the pitch is not one of them.
Is?
You are listening to Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now. The only good news is that England aren't losing. It's Denmark won. England won at halftime on TalkSport.
Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18+, always drink responsibly. This Euros, The Sun is bringing you all the gossip, goals and giants of the game. Get insights and analysis from Harry, should have been England manager, Redknapp, Jack, the maestro, Wilshere, Gordon, no nonsense, Strachan, and Jurgen, the winner,
Sure.
Klinsmann. You won't
Yeah, I
want to
will.
miss it. Don't miss out.
If I
Only
don't,
in The
Space
Sun.
will, just so
Well,
you
you
know.
can see why people are talking about Asda, can't you?
Of course, on paper, Asda have a great lineup with 2 for £20 and packs of beer like Peroni. Then there's party wear from £1, the midfield trio of bunting, face paint and flags.
And don't forget the dependable 2 for £7 on Coke 8 packs could be the difference maker. What a lineup!
Get match ready at Asda with beer and decorations on offer until the 14th of July. Asda, that's more like it. Selected stores online subject to availability. Beer packs 10 times 330
Oh,
ml, not available in
shit.
Scotland. Coke 330 ml.
Oh,
4 content
shit,
package.
you
May exclude
guys.
express in small stores. See asda.com/small stores.
Roll out of bed, put the kettle on,
He did get
get into
jumped.
serious altercation with your 3-year-old.
That or he
Try
gave
logical
himself his own
reasoning.
black eye.
Fail.
You guys, he did
Become
get
the
jumped.
voice of Mr. Snuggles. Negotiate your way out of a tantrum and become the greatest
There you
parent
go,
of
George.
all time.
He's got a black eye.
Relax.
He said he got jumped last night. I guess he's telling the truth.
Toys are now at a new lower price, along with thousands of other products. IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Booking geniuses. Choose from thousands of amazing all-inclusive holidays with On the Beach. Go all in on all-inclusive. Leave the bank cards at home, but not your trunks. On the Beach. Book like a genius. Holiday like a fool.
Atto protected.
Let's go live to hear about that winning goal.
The crowd's gone absolutely wild here. How on earth do you sum up your emotions right now?
Amazing. A hat trick is just the best feeling ever.
Is it though? Is kicking a ball into the back of a net really better than food fulfillment from Burger King? That warm, fuzzy feeling of total food satisfaction, like finishing the last bite of a Gourmet King's barbecue steakhouse Angus.
No.
Correct. Burger King. That's food fulfillment.
It's the event we've all been waiting for. The 30-metre vacuum is on. He's really ramping up the power. Straight around the first corner, overtaking Pepper. Oh, no! He's hit a hurdle. It must be a coin. Great recovery. And now he's on the home straight. This could be a personal best. And he's done it. Incredible scenes. He really has cleaned up.
British Gas, powering home fans during this summer of sport.
This tournament, prepare for greatness with William Hill. Get ready for last-minute winners, legendary goals, and straight red cards. Oh, what was he thinking? Win 25% more on every single game this tournament with Bet Builder Extra, online or in the app. Only from William Hill. Available day before match to kick-off. Bet Builders are 3+ selections at 3-1 or more. Pre-match singles, match stake £20. Full T's and C's apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Euro Game Day Live, delivered by Talk Sport with Burger King. What's better than a last-minute winner? A crispy chicken royale delivered straight to your door.
Soccer punch your summer.
They've scored!
No one gets you closer to the action.
It's a magnificent goal.
Kick it up, kick it in, kick it on.
Euro Game Day Live
On Talk Sport.
Half-time in Frankfurt, live on Talk Sport. It is Denmark 1, England 1. Faye Carruthers is pitch side with a bit of half-time news. Faye.
Well, I just saw some of the players warming up, and a few of them went in a little bit earlier than the others, but particularly Jared Bowen sprinted back down the tunnel and was called in. He was alongside Joe Gomez, Esri Konsa, and Ivan Toney as well. The other players did follow a couple of minutes later, but I thought it was interesting that
Yeah,
they
it looks
went
like
in
he got
first, and particularly Bowen seemed to.
It's
be
at
going
least
in with a bit
partially
of
true.
intent.
He's that black eye. I'd be
Thanks, Faye.
surprised
Well,
if that was a
sharp eyes
fake
on that
black
when
eye,
they come out
dude.
for the second half when they've got to do better. You listen to Euro Game Day Live on Talk Sport, presented by Carling, the UK's #1 lager, 18+. Please drink responsibly. Another quick stat for you. Christian Eriksen has had double the amount of touches in the opposition box than the whole of the England team. He's had 8. England had 4. Incredible stat. Let's look at the latest odds, all thanks to William Hill.
In the zone on Talk Sport with William Hill. Prepare for greatness with William Hill. 18+, GambleAware.org.
England are 7-5 to win. Denmark 18-5. The draw's 13-10. England to win 2-1 is 3-1. Bukayo Saka to score or assist is 10-3. That was a look at the latest odds thanks to William Hill. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
In the Zone on TalkSport with William Hill. Prepare for greatness with William Hill. 18 plus. GambleAware.org.
Well, second half to come live on TalkSport. We'll be taking your calls, me and Stuart Pearce here in Frankfurt, straight after the full-time whistle. We'll also get reaction from the England camp when we know what the result is. But it is 1-1 at half-time. Let's go to Gelsenkirchen because the late game on TalkSport is a cracker. Spain against Italy, and the Premier League manager Alan Pardew is there for TalkSport for commentary. How you doing, Alan?
I'm very well, Adrian. You?
Yeah, real good. Good to talk to you. I've got to tell you, we've got a TalkSport YouTube watch-along going on at the moment. Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy, the deadly duo on the Sports Bar later. They're currently doing that. They've accused England of playing like Scotland.
I got to do
Is that a little bit harsh?
days.
I think it's harsh on Scotland, isn't it?
The only psychedelics I've done is
Well, I'm
mushrooms,
just
that's
frustrated
it.
because obviously after watching us take the lead again, we did exactly the same as we've done in the last two tournaments when we've been knocked out, and also in the last game where we just sat too deep and invited pressure. And in
That's
the end,
right.
we've paid a price
Sitting
for
too
it.
deep.
You
Gotta
know, I
play
said
aggressive.
to the breakfast show the other day
Gotta
that I think
force
that's
the battle
price.
into midfield at the
Sits
very
too deep
least.
for us, and therefore we don't get no pressure on the ball. You know, we're conceding so much ground to Denmark, a team we should be absolutely dominating. That's my view, anyway.
No, I agree with that as well. Is it an easy problem to fix at half-time, do you think?
Well, I'd like to think that Gareth and the team would have sorted it out after the last game in terms of how they conceded so much ground and almost, ended up getting a draw in the first game. This time, at least, it's been happened before half-time. So, you know, hopefully, like the second half, we were up the pitch a little bit more, step on them, and create more chances. The one bonus I thought in the first half, that Phil Foden, his final delivery in this game hasn't been great. Actually looks sharper, looks lively, looks like he wants to achieve something. So that was a small bonus from the first half for me.
A quick one on your game, Spain-Italy. Listen, two great sides. It should be a cracker.
Yeah, it'll be a cracker. It's great atmosphere here. They've got the screens in the middle of the stadium, which is great. So everyone can see the replays, etc., which I think we should have in the Premier League. And two great teams, the first real two heavyweights to meet, Italy and Spain. And I'm looking forward to Spain because in the first game, you know, Yamal and Ruiz in particular were terrific. So it'll be interesting to see how the great defenders that they are, Italy, cope with this Spanish team and the youth and exuberance that they have.
Looking forward to your commentary later on from Gelsenkirchen, Spain, Italy. And that's live on TalkSport. Later, Alan Pardew on commentary for that for TalkSport. Privileged to have him with us for the tournament. And the teams are back out here in Frankfurt, where it is Denmark 1, England 1. And the message from up here is England, you simply have to do better than you did in that first half. Let's get your second half live on TalkSport with former England captain Stuart Pearce alongside TalkSport's England commentator Jim Proudfoot.
Well, you would hope from an England perspective that was their worst 45 minutes of the tournament out the way. It feels as though it can only get better from there. It was interesting just before the second half starts, Stuart, looking at the average positions that the players had in the first half, that both of the Danish fullbacks' average position was higher than that of Harry Kane's.
Yeah, and that probably sends a message out and tells you everything, you know, and I certainly think, you know, I understand they're playing wing backs, you know, so you'd expect them to be a little bit higher, but probably our fullbacks as well need to take a leaf out of that book and get more advanced and more aggressive in their play.
So we're back underway. England white shirts, dark blue shorts. They're kicking from right to left in this second half. And they get an early free kick as Hoyland is flagged offside. No changes. So it's Pickford in goal. Walker, Stones, Gahey and Trippier. Rice and Alexander-Arnold. Saka, Bellingham, Foden and Kane. For Denmark, Schmeichel in goal. Anderson, Vestergaard, Christensen. Mæhle, Højbjerg, Jolund and Christiansen. And then Eriksen behind Hoyland and Vin. And England have the ball at the back again with Stones. Worked out towards the right-hand side for Kyle Walker, who tried to slot one up a thin corridor down the right-hand touchline for Bukayo Saka. Too thin, as it turned out. And it's gone out of play for a throw, which will be taken on the Danish left. Throw which took a spiteful bounce over Højlund. England can clear. Hjelmen picking it up in the midfield. Down towards Mæhle. Taylor has been a real menace pushing forward from right wing back for the Danes, but if England can push him back, we might see less of movement like this as he gets another ball inside the air and sets it up for Vin. That's taking a deflection. Hoyland's trying to get in there. Bounces England's way. Trippier will try and hook it away. Did so with his left foot. It went just skied high up in the air. Pickford can come out and catch it. There's no way that was going to be deemed as a deliberate back pass. Then the ball played forward through the midfield again to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's very nearly caught in possession. The referee's done him a favour, said he was fouled, and it's a free kick to England inside their own half.
Yeah, it was just delayed on the ball too long, got shut down and had no pass on whatsoever. It was fortunate to draw a foul there.
Bellingham for Rice, and turn back towards Jude Bellingham again. Bellingham coming forward inside.
If you're going to make good oil,
Declan Rice,
you do the same thing.
Possession.
Put it in the freezer.
Red shirts converging
and
very quickly.
Freezes, it separates better. Separates easier.
Are capable of executing a very energetic press, even if they're susceptible to one themselves. We haven't really seen that from England in the 25 minutes, half an hour since England scored the goal. We've seen it plenty of times from Denmark.
That's cool.
Very good sided defending from the front.
That's cool.
The biggest commodity England need at the moment is energy in this team, and at the moment we're flat as a pancake. We really are.
Show a picture or make a short of like a cup of it or something.
Right hand side of Bukayo Saka. Saka making his way forward. Outside him is Kyle Walker. Walker gets there, plays it back for Kane, who's dropped off again. Down towards Saka. Saka tiptoes his way past the couple. Harry Kane has it. England just forced to go back. There was a little bit of pace in that counter-attack, but Denmark very quickly got themselves back behind the ball, and it's 5-4-1 when they are defending. They can get into a shape very quickly. Foden, back for Rice. Stones brings the ball through the centre circle, just fights a challenge.
Make a short of it,
to his Manchester City
like of the finished product, like a cup of it.
Back for Rice, work forward again.
However you take it.
Alexander-Arnold, who's just dropped a little bit deeper at times in the second half and almost split the England centre halves. England then just play an aimless ball forward. Towards the edge of the penalty area, and almost strips out of play for a throw. Go within 10 yards of any man in white. And Denmark are going to be able to bring it away.
Green slide, nice.
It back from the goal scorer Yeoman to Schmeichel.
What does it taste like?
Walker comes to meet him. Looping header from him. Knocked away by Vestergaard. Brought down by Højbjerg, who's lost it. Good play by Bellingham to win it back. Eriksson then does likewise, comes back in and picks Jude's pocket in the midfield. Bellingham
Mind
still
you, I
down.
never liked mushrooms.
Still not happy with
I like the
Portuguese
high,
referee.
but they tasted terrible.
About it when he gets back to
Just
his feet.
absolutely terrible.
We need to continue to get a grip of this because there's been no discernible improvement really. The opening 4-5 minutes of the second half here on TalkSport, where it's still one apiece.
There's some Jude's looking around for a bit of charity here from the referee, and I'm afraid you have to create your own charity game on game on game.
That's insane.
So
I think the highest on mushrooms I got was 8 hours, and I
Looked to
took
the
like
bench and
6
said,
grams.
which one of the players who sat behind me can offer me energy?
I ran
Because
all
this
over the
performance
town
certainly
and
needs it. Gallagher springs
sobered
to
up and
mind.
was like, whoa,
Watkins probably
what
as well
happened?
to stretch the opposition, I would suspect. And potentially Bowen as well.
Now Bellingham with a good touch has found Alexander-Arnold, and England have got 4 against 3 if they can work it right, and they can't. Because the ball from Trent went behind Kane and Foden. England have still maintained possession. But as it goes back for Trippier,
I'm sure you've heard my story that I've told 100 times on mushroom, right?
Bellingham for Walker.
Yes,
Another little
I've never
insight
done
into
this
how
one.
England might be able to
Never
break
done it.
quickly.
I'd try
He's
it,
got it
though,
right
for
hand side of the area. Stands it up the far post. Foden bringing it down. He sees it cleared off his toes outside the
It's
penalty
like my
area.
epic mushrooms.
Yehi to Trippier. Good reverse ball down the left-hand side of the box. This is better, more enterprising attacking play from England. Bellingham on the left-hand side of the penalty area lays it back for Kieran Trippier again. Trippier to Declan Rice. Rice sets the sights, it's deflected, and Schmeichel dives to his left to serve.
Better by England there, and the catalyst being Saka, ball out to him, and one-on-one, you can tell he's got the ability to go past someone. The encouragement has to be there to say every time you get that ball, go and take someone on.
Why?
Shot from distance that
Why are they
just took
going
a
nuts?
little nick. Schmeichel was able to make the save. That's how the goal that they conceded the other day against Slovenia came about, shot from a similar kind of position, took a more substantial deflection, and wrong-footed Schmeichel and beat it. 1-1 draw between Denmark and Slovenia, where Denmark lost their way in the second half of that game. England have lost their way in this one from the moment they took the lead.
Yeah, because it's nice there, right? That makes sense.
Into the feet of Bellingham, and now back towards Mark Gahey. Gahey circumnavigating another little bit of the pitch that is not as it should be. It's been ripped up from previous skirmishes. England have still got the ball, and will bring it towards the edge of the centre circle. Alexander Arnold on his left hand side for Mark Gahey. 7 gone in the second half. And it's still
we all need a break.
Alexander Arnold looking long this time, spearing it over the top of the back line. Saka trying to bring it down. He's knocked it past Schmeichel, but only into the side netting. Waiting for the ball to come down. He was under pressure from Christiansen. He saw that Schmeichel was coming out. He was brave, Bukayo Saka, threw himself at it, got his header past the goalkeeper, but the angle was too tight for him.
Literally from the ball over the top of the back line, struggled to deal with Saka. Great run by him once again, and showed a bit of bravery to get his head on it. Schmeichel was a bit fearful of giving a penalty away, I believe.
Yeah,
and I think
was so true, man.
Down on the touchline, looking to come on. It's that energy, and hopefully it's infectious.
Conor Gallagher will be on in a moment. Early in the second half, we played only 8 minutes of the second period. It would be the earliest substitution that Gareth Southgate's ever made in a tournament game, in a situation where England were comfortably ahead. It is just going to be Gallagher. He'll be on in the next break in play. You would imagine for Trent, the ball is played forward by the Danes again, headed away by Mark Gahey, flicked round the corner by Mæhle, helped on by Jørgensen, but Højbjerg is offside. And it's going to be a free kick that will be taken by England just outside their own penalty area. Let's go pitch side. And our England correspondent, Faye Carruthers, can fill us in with details of this change. Faye?
Yeah, Conor Gallagher is coming on, and you were right, Trent Alexander-Arnold is coming off. Conor was just taking on instructions from Paul Nevin and from the goalkeeping coach, actually, Martin Margetson as well. So they're just going to try and shore up this defence a little bit, and as Stuart said, bring a little bit of energy onto the pitch.
Yeah, as I say, it's purely that for me. It's the energy. Someone to get around the opposition, to hurry them, get on the ball, knit things together. Gallagher's forte. And I all feel sorry for Trent because I don't think he's had a forward pass on. I really don't, you know. You see him in a Liverpool shirt and it's like the red arrows in front of him with Salah and one or two others bursting in behind and running behind, chasing lost causes. There's certainly no sign of anyone chasing a lost cause at the moment.
Yeah, the red arrows this time coming into England's faces. The ball cleared by Pickford, long from inside his own penalty area, won by Kay. And now brought forward by Bellingham, who's done well to win the seconds. Jude Bellingham to his left-hand side. Foden checks his run to bring the ball under control. Slips it down the left-hand side of the penalty area again for Bellingham. And it's cleared and put out of play by Jørgensen. The throw that will be taken on the England left, down by the corner flag. England still haven't had a corner in this game. 10 minutes into the second half here in Frankfurt. And it remains 1-1. Just the odd fleeting sign of encouragement for England.
Just saying the importance of this game and potential victory as well. The fact that you would avoid the Germans potentially in the next round. If we end up finishing second in the group, they look as though they're going to win theirs or have won their group.
Yeah, the runners-up of England's group, Group C, will play the winners of Group A in Dortmund, which you would imagine is going to be Germany. I think in the position that everybody is in, it'd be a major shock if it isn't. Saka towards the edge of the penalty area here. Schmeichel is beaten, the shot hits the post. It comes back out outside the 6-yard box, and England can't get Bukayo Saka on the follow-up. But that was much better, and Foden's inches away from restoring the lead.
Yeah, great strike from Foden there, but it's Saka again, weaving his magic on the width. He's ball inside, picked out Foden brilliantly, I've got to say. His shot beats Michael, cannon back off the post.
Do you sense an improvement over the last 3 or 4 minutes?
Yeah, I do, but there's a bit more energy. That comes from someone turning, someone facing the opposition up, and someone running. It was Bellingham who done it slightly earlier, then it's Saka, and then on that occasion just turning Foden, facing the opposition goal.
Well, the Danes are going to make a double change, and Christiansen and Finn are the players that have come off. Mikael Damsgaard of Brentford coming on, and also the wing-back Alexander Ba. The Benfica player comes on. He's the one that was left out of the starting lineup. So he will come on and play on the right, and they move Mæhle out to the left. And Damsgaard will play slightly deeper than Finn. Højlund through the middle. Højlund through the middle, I beg your pardon. And Damsgaard and Eriksson almost as split ends in behind him. 1-1, 57 gone. And England with a throw as the long ball forward down towards the pacey bar on this near touchline. This overhit goes out for a throw that Kieran Trippier will take. Well, plenty of chance for you to react to everything that you've seen and heard today with this England performance immediately after the full-time whistle. Adrian and Stuart taking your calls here on 03717 223344. The boys on the sports bar likewise tonight from 10 o'clock. Don't forget we've got Italy-Spain in between times, which is an 8 o'clock kickoff in Gelsenkirchen here on Talk Sport with Alex Wood and Alan Pardew talking through the action tonight in that heavyweight clash in the Ruhr Valley. Damsgaard involved in the action straight away. Swoop on inside the penalty area and Pickford came to meet it, couldn't get there. Rice is going to be able to chest it down and poke it away. Foden, I think, thought that there should be an offside flag and stands hands out, imploring the assistant referee. Nothing given, it will be a Denmark throw. And they've got a good long throw on them. It's launched inside the penalty area. England win it in the air and then win the seconds on the edge of the box. Significantly with Bukayo Saka, forcing Denmark back towards halfway, where it's been given away cheaply by Anderson. And Kane can get the ball under control, and that's a great pass from him. And towards Bukayo Saka. Saka towards the edge of the penalty area, waiting for the support to arrive, if indeed he needs any. But he sent a shot across the face of goal and wide.
Yeah, good crossfield ball there by Kane. And when Saka received it, he just had one defender fronting him up, and he probably should have gone after him straight away. He's delayed slightly to get the ball under control, and in the end they've doubled up. But he's a real threat to them, he really is. And the fact that they've taken Christensen off tells you everything.
Mæhle on the left, but on the right-hand side now. It's going to be Mæhle that will be trying to keep an eye on Bukayo Saka. Will be able to force him back. Stop Mæhle's attacking threat, although there's plenty of it on this near touchline now for Denmark. We're an hour in. Very pleasant summer's evening here in Frankfurt, although the roof is closed. It remains very airless with the hot streak tapping down at pitch level. Gallagher. His foot in the back, finding Trippier. Foden clipping it, left footed out towards the right-hand side. A sense that England slowly are beginning to wrestle control back in this game. Saka, right-hand side of the area, tries to pull back, couldn't find Bellingham. Bodies back in red to be able to get it away. Gahey heading into halfway. Stones will turn it all the way back for Jordan Pickford. Here comes the press. He gets there and knocks it away from Højlund easily. And England can play out from the back and then give it away again. The number of misplaced passes there have been from England players. Walker was the perpetrator of that. And as a result, having presented it straight to Højbjerg and then had a foul. It's a free kick to Denmark out on the left-hand touchline.
Yeah, Cole Walker there didn't have a pass on, coming back towards his own goal on the width, and just ended up giving the ball away. I think at the moment, I can't remember Jude Bellingham's performance being as flat as it is at the moment. It's very similar to that Harry Kane as well.
Ask your thoughts as to what the next changes should be very imminently. First of all, this Christian Eriksen free kick to defend. And a really poor one. And he's hit Bukayo Saka, who's standing 10 yards away, almost as a token gesture. And he's giving him an uppercut to the bottom of the chin with the free kick. Saka did well to stay on his feet. He had the old wobbly legs for a moment, he's fine. Schmeichel comes out of his penalty area and his poor clearance falls straight for Saka. He feeds Gallagher. Gallagher loses it and then wins it back and then commits a foul and gets a yellow card. All in the space of 2 or 3 seconds. Conor Gallagher, the first England player booked in this tournament. It's another free kick with Denmark on halfway. 61 gone. 1-1 on Talk Sport in Frankfurt.
You're talking about utilising the bench. In all honesty, what I'm watching at the moment, I'd probably take Kane and Bellingham off, if I'm being honest with you. Put Foden in as a number 10, put Watkins on up front to offer us that energy and drive in behind to change the dynamic, and then whoever you want on the left-hand side, to be fair.
Let's go back pitch side and join our correspondent, Faker Rose.
And Bericci, Eze are all warming up. They've all taken on gels as well. So potentially in the next few minutes, we could see at least one, if not all 3 of them introduced.
It's the start of that, I do beg your pardon. Eze, who were the other 2?
Jared Bowen and Ollie Watkins.
Thank you, Eze, Bowen and Watkins, the 3 players who might be introduced shortly. 62 gone, it's 1-1. Yeah, for Denmark. It's had a really good game. Outside Christian Eriksen. And Preston, excuse me, just combining in the centre of midfield. Back now for Jan Vestergaard. Vestergaard, 8 yards inside his own half, clipping it for the Leicester man. He's just signed an extended contract in the East Midlands. Saka coming back. Looked like the ball hit his hand. Referee plays the advantage. Damsgaard, who scored the last time the 2 sides met for Denmark. Inside the penalty area, taking it on. Couldn't get past Kieran Trippier. And Trippier will get it away from the stumbling Damsgaard. And Rice is going to be able to play his way out. Bellingham flicking it on, looking for Kane. England struggling to get any kind of outball when they've got it. Then Rice sliding in, has lost it. Eriksen from distance, way over the bar. And out of play for a goal kick. 18 minutes into the second half, Stu. Changes imminent, changes necessary.
100%. We need some energy. Bellingham looks as though he's absolutely sold out, if I'm being honest with you. Harry up top as well, not offering a great deal of the team, and it will become decidedly more tougher this game if we do concede a goal. Make no mistake about that. And I would have thought that potentially Gareth and the team themselves would probably take what they've got at the moment if you give them a choice.
Well, a draw does keep England top of the group as things stand right now. It'll be England 4, Slovenia and Denmark 2 points apiece, and Serbia 1. England a victory in the last game against Slovenia would guarantee that England would win the group. They can guarantee that by winning this game tonight. 1-1 the score. England led for 17 first half minutes. Denmark equalising exactly half an hour ago. Gahey, way forward towards Harry Kane. Kane turning, drawing Vestergaard out from the defensive line. Declan Rice working forward for Walker. Walker coming forward now towards the edge of the penalty area. Saka to his right, Bellingham to his left. Plays it in towards Jude Bellingham. Bellingham then running straight into Damsgaard, who's got the easiest job of being able to bring it away. He looks for Højlund, but Gahey wins it back. Gahey very nearly able to thread it through for Saka in between wing-back and centre-half. England get it back again after a skirmish in midfield. Walker getting the better of Yulman and getting it out towards Saka. Saka right-hand side of the area, curves it in, too deep for Foden, and out of play for a goal kick. 1-1.
Yeah, unlucky there by Saka, just overcooked the cross. But every time it arrives at his feet, you think that's our best opportunity of breaking them down and getting the opportunity to score. Just looking at that situation there with Bellingham, he slid in, basically just lost his footing, attempted to make a challenge.
Are you anticipating that Jude will be one of the players to make way here?
Well, if it was down to me, the answer is yes. I think he needs a break, and to be honest with you, he looks flat. It's so flat, it's incredible, you know.
Watkins, Bowen and Eze all about to be introduced. Triple change for England at the next break in play. Stones. Back for his goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford. Pickford letting the ball run across his body, poking it away from Hoyland out of the penalty area to Rice. Rice then under pressure, a hurry ball towards Gahey. He goes out of play for a corner. There are then words again between Rice and Pickford. It will be a corner, the first of the second half, which the Danes will take. They're going to make a change before the corner. And they're going to be bringing on the vastly experienced striker, Josef Poulsen, the Leipzig player. He will replace Hoyland. So a like for like up front, a striker for a striker as they prepare to take this corner. And RB Leipzig's record all-time goal scorer, Josef Poulsen, will go.
Well, I'll tell you now what the players will be telling you in the press conference afterwards. The pitch was terrible, you know, and Declan was one there, ball played into him by the goalkeeper, miscontrolled it, put it out for a corner. Let's hope it's not costly.
Corner that Eriksson will take, lofted in towards the penalty spot, too high for Vestergaard. Damsgaard trying to pick it up. Will get a second bite of the cherry, fires one in from distance, and Pickford can claim it relatively easily. He scored that goal against England in the semi-finals of the Euros in 2021. He hasn't scored an international goal since. He hasn't scored a goal at all since then. He hasn't scored a club goal since 2020. Testing Pickford there. Pickford playing it out from the back. England working down the left-hand side with Foden to Rice. Plays ball towards Kane. One back by the Danes. Still England not in a position to make this triple change as yet. Barr's done well for the Danes on the right-hand touchline. It's near side. In the substitute stand, hands on hips, waiting for their entrance. Christensen. Too much on that for Mailer. And now England will be able to rotate the pack. These changes being made midway through the second half. And we're going to be seeing Watkins, Eze, and Jarrod Bowen as well, I think.
Yeah, we've certainly got three players there that have got energy to burn.
The Outdoor Living event on now at londondrugs.com.
New Pringles all dressed. Ketchup, vinegar, barbecue, brown sugar, onion, sour cream. All just what a treat.
For us today, I really do.
Well, Foden's the first off. Saka, the second man to leave the field. He does so via the far touchline, and Harry Kane is replaced by Watkins. So Bowen and Eze out wide, Watkins through the middle, Bellingham stays on. Gallagher already on, so England have made 4 changes, they've got 1 left. What do you think?
Well, I think my opinion is this, I think Saka and Foden, certainly Saka, very, very unfortunate to be taken off. Jude Bellingham would have been the first one I took off. I think he's just lacking a bit of energy in the game today.
So as things stand at the moment, it's still with plenty to play for in Cologne on Tuesday. They will meet Slovenia. It will, of course, be live on Talk Sport.
You know, I'd have been more tempted to put Foden in into the number 10 slot where Jude is at the moment and let him forage around in that area.
Well, England with all of these riches in terms of forward-thinking players, will the depth of the squad really come to the fore now? 1-1 the scoreline, 20 minutes to go here in Frankfurt. A little bit more breeze coming into the stadium now down at pitch level, I'm led to believe. There's Gahey. Down to the England left-hand side again for Kieran Trippier. Gahey has it again. Gahey rolling it across the face of the penalty area out towards John Stones. Eze playing on the left and Bowen on the right, as you would imagine. Ollie Watkins through the middle. Watkins rather than Tony, the right call for you with the game as it is at the moment?
Well, you need someone to stretch the opposition, and his first interaction there, Watkins, is looking to spin in behind in the channel, albeit the ball didn't come and he had to check his run. But 100% Watkins, yes, his introduction, his energy is exactly what's needed, more so than Tony's hold-up play.
Now Kyle Walker is taking a throw quickly, which he played a big part in winning after he intercepted a crossfield ball from Naylor. Stones forward into the feet of Jude Bellingham. Now towards Gallagher. Now towards the England right-hand side again for Walker. Bellingham drawing the challenge, flipping it past Poulsen. Stones to his left-hand side for Rice. Trippier hugging the left-hand touchline, supplying the width. Berichez has got the ball, winning his 5th cap today. It's his first ever appearance in tournament football. Bellingham, good ball in. Watkins, the angle's tight, and he's forced to save Alex Schmeichel to win England that first corner.
That's what you need from Watkins. That's what Watkins will give you. As I say, twice now he's checked in behind. Great run. Cross the back of the centre half. In behind the left side of centre half. And they can't deal with it. They're lacking pace. And if he keeps doing that and we keep supplying the ball, we've got a chance.
Saved by Schmeichel is in a thigh. Ball out of play for this first corner for England. It's coming the 72nd minute. It's a congested 6-yard box. Flagged it in there, headed away. Comes out for Trippier. Trippier heads it behind square for Gallagher. Gallagher takes the touch, tries to find Eza, who can't get there. The through ball is on towards Ericsson. Gallagher comes back to cover his run on the counter-attack. Still problems for England here, backing off quickly. Howelson with the layoff back behind Ericsson. And England have now got 9 behind the ball, including Gallagher, who has been able to intercept Ericsson's next ball forward and block it. Denmark have still got it and will come again. That was nervy on the counter-attack. It was 2 against 2. The Danes who worked it better, England was struggling. Back it comes from Barr. Barr to Christensen. To Vestergaard. Exchanging passes with Pierre Højbjerg. Ball out towards Mæhle. England's back line backing off with Mæhle in possession just for a moment. Into the feet of Ericsson, turning it cleverly round the corner. Shot from distance. Pickford parries it away. Might break out for Mæhle. Doesn't quite outside the penalty area. Mæhle lunging in has caught his man and gets a yellow card. It's a poor challenge. He just tried to win the ball. It's a genuine attempt to win it, but he was there high and late. And it's booked.
Yeah, he certainly was. It's quite a bad one. He's called Bowen, I think, was from that parry from Pickford. As I say, we've shown a bit more energy up top with Watkins bursting in behind on a couple of occasions, and we need to keep supplying him. Encourage the run.
Between the full-time whistle and 7:30, you'll hear reaction from the England manager and players. You'll also be able to give us your reaction as well. Having your say on national radio with Adrian and Stuart taking your calls from 7:30. The build-up starts for Italy-Spain, which is our 8 o'clock kickoff live from Gelsenkirchen. And then the Sports Bar, talking England, all things England and more from 10. England trying to bring the ball forward here with Bellingham as he won another corner. Yes.
Watkins it was. Watkins' energy once again causing a problem. You can see the fear factor in the back line of Denmark.
So 2 corners in the space of 3 minutes, had to wait more than an hour for the first. Owen's going to go out and take this one. Stones and Watkins both stand by the penalty spot. Declan Rice on the edge of the 6-yard box. Gahey is there as well. Bellingham in the near post area. Stones making a run in from deep. And it's headed away by Højbjerg. And Eza will watch the ball go over the line and out of play for a throw. Not in any great hurry to take it. He just wants things to unfold for him. In fact, he's going to leave it for Walker. Walker, though, does show a real alacrity. Getting the ball down the line for Bowen. Bowen supplying him with a return ball, but not the best one because it's gone straight out of play for a throw. Walker knows he's out of position and walks away with the ball just to give himself a chance of trotting back to get back in position to face this Mæhle throw. And there are 15 minutes for either of these sides to win the game. England are victorious. They've won the group. Denmark England will be second in the group going into that final game against Slovenia in Cologne. And you can hear it on Tuesday on TalkSport. Ericsson's got the ball in the centre circle. Trippier's done really well. He's unlucky that having got there ahead of Barr, it's just run away from him into the Danish technical area and out of play for a throw. England have got 1 change left at their disposal. Stu, what do you think of that?
Well, I'm not seeing a deal of input. I would have kept Foden on the pitch, I've got to say, in that number 10 slot. So for me, there wouldn't have been a need for that change unless you want to put Eza into that area and then look at potentially Gordon or Palmer on this left-hand side.
Ball over the top, Jarrod Bowen. And he has been guilty of a foul. The assistant referee over on the far touchline didn't flag. It was there to be won as it bounced awkwardly just on the halfway line. Bowen attacked it with Vestergaard. And he got the better of him. Vestergaard ending up going to ground, and the referee said that was because of Bowen.
I've got to say, Vestergaard then would have been a fully paid up member of the Copenhagen and Dram Society the way he went to ground, for goodness sake.
He went to ground, he got the free kick. England had got away with one in the first half. The referee didn't play an advantage. Shot comes in from distance from Højbjerg. Pickford can get his hands behind it, bowls it out quickly for Kyle Walker. It's better from England, that's what they need to do. Walker and Gallagher with a little 1-2. Sliding challenge wins it back for the Danes. Back from Højbjerg to Naylor. Naylor through the centre circle into just a shaft of sunlight that's making its way into the stadium on this warm evening. 14 minutes to go. It has been a tournament that has provided late drama. We've seen some today in this group already, with Serbia scoring an equaliser 5 minutes into stoppage time. Will there be late drama here? Poulsen trying to get the better of Gahey. The ball is rolled over the line, and a goal kick to England is the result. 13 to go, 1-1.
Yeah, I think in talking about England players as well, I think Gahey has had a fairly solid game once again, Jim. I don't know what your thoughts on that.
I'd say the standout performer of England's back line.
Yeah, it's fair to say.
I think he's acclimatised himself to tournament football very ably. Still plenty of time to win it. Pickford getting the ball forward. Coming up for it is Ollie Watkins. In the grand scheme of things, although this has been a performance that will be, again, dissected at length, a draw isn't the worst result in the world. Will be top of the group, their fate very much in their own hands against Slovenia on Tuesday. So it wouldn't be the worst result. If England can get the winner here, win the group, it completely transforms things. They'll know that they'll be avoiding Germany. They'll have a draw in the easier half of the section, and they'll be able to rest players and rotate for that final group game, knowing that everything is sewn up. So that's the prize at stake here, 12 minutes to go. England have got it with Stones to his left-hand side for Mark Gahey. Gahey playing it forward to Ibarra Chiesa. First time he's had the ball at his feet, and he's released quite beautifully Ollie Watkins. Watkins having to scamper after and actually can't keep it in. Looked as though Ezra put enough spin on the ball to hold it up before it rolled over the dead ball line. Not quite an execution of the pass, but just couldn't quite get it spot on. And he goes out of play for a goal kick that will be taken by Kasper Schmeichel.
Watkins has spun him behind on 3-4 occasions now and started to stretch the opposition's back line. And to be fair, I think his introduction should have been slightly earlier, to be honest.
Schmeichel to take the goal kick. He's winning his 103rd cap today. He's a father, a winner of this competition back in 1992. He was in the TalkSport team out here giving his thoughts on proceedings. And, here today in Frankfurt, as a foul. Oh yeah, close and he took the ball. Referee disagreed. It's a free kick that will be taken on the England left-hand side by Trippier. And Pickford, a bundle of energy, raced out of the box to say, I want to take it, I want to knock it forward long. Trippier took it short, and then Pickford had to scamper back. Just seems to be a few moments where thought amongst the England players, not always on the same wavelength about what should be happening in given situations. We've got 10 minutes to go. Stones, down to his left for Gahey. 10 yards inside his own half. Gahey working forward, but Ezra is beaten well by Anderson. Poulsen comes back. Plays around Gallagher. And then Damsgaard involved along with Eriksson. Back again on halfway to the blonde-haired Danish goalscorer, Yeoman. The ball picked up in the right wing-back position by the Danish number 2, Joachim Andersen. Andersen out to the left-hand side of his box to Vestergaard. A touch from Schmeichel. Forward into the feet of Damsgaard. He's given it away, and it goes out for a throw that will be taken by England, forcing the error with their play off the ball. And it's Decent press from England that is giving them a chance now 25 yards outside the box.
Well, it's the team with the most energy and the most impetus to get on the front foot. Looks as though they might get the opportunity to win this game.
Scott Olsen is going to be coming on very shortly, and the familiar figure of Christian Mørgaard is going to be coming on as well. Denmark's final changes. Long ball over the top, too high for Watkins. Handed away by Anderson, given away by Hjulmand to Bellingham. Bellingham into the feet towards the edge of the penalty area. Watkins couldn't get it into his stride from Bowen's pass, but it's cleared now for an England throw over on the far touchline, 8 yards from the corner flag. Denmark will make their double change. So we're going to see Anders Skov Olsen come on, who is a winger, got 26 goals this season. As Bruges won the Belgian title, 8 international goals to his name. He'll replace Christian Eriksen. And we're also going to be seeing Christian Mørgaard, the Brentford man who has come on as a substitute in 8 tournament games in his career now without ever having started one. And he will come on to supply some fresh legs in the midfield. Straight like-for-like swap to replace Hjulmand. And that's Denmark's hand play. England still with one change left, with possession, with a throw. 8 minutes to go. England trying to spend those 8 minutes on the front foot.
Yeah, be nice. Both teams look very, very tired, I must say. The Danes have joined us a little bit. Obviously, the pitch probably has had something to say in that.
It is a heavy pitch at the end of a long, hard season. Denmark did fade late on in their game against Slovenia, as we mentioned earlier. Can England capitalise on something similar happening here? Rice caught in possession, just dallying on the ball in the midfield. One back by Skov Olsen, down towards Bar. Played forward down the right-hand touchline. Denmark using the full width of the pitch, but Skov Olsen was going to run out of room pretty rapidly. And then Bar has dispossessed Gahey, and he's inside the penalty area with 2 to his left. And a brilliant sliding recovery change from Mark Gahey keeps England's parity intact. He made the error. He bailed himself out of the nick of time.
Yeah, he did, but I tell you what, Declan Rice has played a big part in that. He gives the ball away further up the pitch, then he's given a shortish pass to Gahey, who probably should have just cleared it, but he's tried to keep it alive, and a wonderful recovery by him.
First Danish corner of the second half. And he's going to be taking on the right flank. No Eriksen to bend these in now. Swung in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, and it took a horrible bounce and throwing himself at it. Christensen has deflected it over the bar. Big chance.
I'll tell you what, when we look at that again, our heart will be in our mouth. It was a decent ball. It bounced just in front of him, right on the 6-yard box. And he's hooked it from underneath it. Got it way over the bar. Great opportunity.
So he scored 3 international goals. Christensen, he might have made it 4 there. Denmark again have got it back cheaply. Gallagher on the edge of the penalty area, and a shot goes wide of Pickford's top right-hand corner. Really good attempt.
Jim, we're hell-bent.
They just need to desperately calm things down.
We're hell-bent on giving the opposition a lift up and a goal at the moment. That's 2 occasions we give the ball away awfully in bad areas. And I thought that was closer than it actually was. Southgate just pointing both fingers to his temple, saying, come on, let's think. The team, look, they literally, to a man, look as though there's no energy in the group at all.
5 minutes remain. 1-1 the score. Denmark will platter the ball upfield again. Poulsen, he gave him a shove and then just dropped off to make sure that he could pick up the seconds. He's been able to do that now. Finds Kyle Walker. And originally Spain to come. The build-up for that game in Gelsenkirchen from 7:30. Kick-off at 8 here on TalkSport. But plenty of time for England reaction from Gareth Southgate, from the players and from you. And Adrian and Stu. A full-time whistle here through till 7:30. Then on the Sports Bar from 10. Ball played for by England through the midfield. Coming to meet is Anderson, who's had a decent second half. Then played out by Damsgaard to the Danish left-hand side for Mæhle, who scores real problems pushing forward from wing-back since switching flanks. Now worked out towards the Danish right-hand side for Barr, who will chase after it. It's done no favours at all by the quality of the pass. And the roll over the line and out of play for an England throw in their left-back position.
Yeah, you just can't help thinking that this final whistle can't come quick enough for England. They'll grab this point and move on and say that's a positive point on the performance, definitely.
Win sees them win the group. A draw sees them top the group. They'll be a point clear, or 2 points clear of both Slovenia and Denmark. Eza. Turning it back towards the edge of his own penalty area. Hit Powles and Gallagher brings it forward. Yellow card is shown for a poor challenge by Nørgaard. Just had his first contribution since coming on. Christian Nørgaard. And he's the third Danish player to have his name taken. Conor Gallagher, the only England player booked today. England will be able to bring the ball forward up the right-hand side, but don't get too far because Højbjerg, a real candidate for the man of the match, he stuck his foot in and won it back. Now Powelson down towards the right-hand side for Anderson. Denmark by and large playing with a back five rather than a three now, just keeping Barr at home, still maybe giving a little bit of license to push forward down the left. 3 minutes to go. And here is Mæhle again, controlling, working it back inside for Yannick Vestergaard. England haven't been able to expose the perceived deficiencies of Vestergaard, who has moved back out to the left of the three centre-halves latterly since Bukayo Saka went off. Vestergaard's got it again, turns towards halfway, coming to meet it is Gahey, and Powelson's fouled him. Free kick to England pretty much on the centre spot, Stu. 2.5 to go.
Yeah, once again Gahey done well there, got first contact on that and drew the foul. And England, I'm not sure they're looking to try and win this game, just hopefully not trying to lose the game. There's more in their body language.
1-1 the score. Pickford spotting the ball down and then just asking for clarification. Do you want it taken there or do you want it taken there? That all eats up valuable seconds. Now he's waving with his gloved left hand at the England players on the edge of the penalty area and eventually works it short for Walker. Walker will drive it forward, but Walker's hit it with the pace that Pickford should have hit his with. And it's just sailed past Stones and everybody and has gone out of play. Gareth Southgate again, shown on the TV screens, clearly mouths the word, relax. This is another England performance, whatever happens from here. Whether this ends up 2-1 England, 2-1 Denmark, or there are no further goals. This is a performance they will need to get out of the system. And it's given Gareth plenty to think about. I'm not sure he'll sleep too well tonight after this. Schmeichel with the clearance on the goal kick as we approach the 90th minute here on TalkSport. Powelson flicks it on. Gahey protects the path of the ball back for his goalkeeper Jordan Pickford, who again makes that calming hand gesture. 1-1 in the grand scheme of this group is not a bad result for England. But the performance has been lacklustre with a capital A. Eza goes back towards Rice. Rice to Gahey. Gahey inside his own penalty area for the goalkeeper. And now he will look to play out of the right-hand side of the penalty area. Stuart, you've almost got your head in your hands with this.
You're damn right I have. At the moment, we're passing it. And, wow, we've got absolutely no idea what we were trying to achieve just then. All we were trying to achieve, basically, was drawing the Danes onto us slowly but surely. Wow,
Stones ended up playing it forward. Not the best ball, but it took a deflection, went out for an England throw. So they'll run the clock down a little bit more. Walker with the throw towards halfway. Bowen going up for it. Eza just got plucked on the back of the head, and it's a free kick to England on halfway. Are they going to try and go direct with this one, or are they going to work it short again? 3 minutes of added time. They have worked it short to Gahey. Bellingham been caught in possession, though he hasn't. It was a foul, but he very nearly was, and there was the potential for Scott Olsen to be clean through, had the referee not found in his favour.
Well, Jude Bellingham dropped to the halfway line, got the ball at his feet, and then decided to walk with it, not thinking that any of the Danes looking at him might think, hang on, I'm going to go and take this off you.
Pickford again, wasting time. Gahey taking the free kick across the edge of the centre circle, down towards Stones, far towards the edge of the penalty area, looking for Watkins. Denmark will be able to bring it away with Scott Olsen. High right-footed ball forward towards halfway. Gahey coming to meet it. He's caught Pau Olsen and wins the free kick. And England have taken that too quickly. And after Diaz, the referee said to John Stones, no, needed to spot the ball down. It's moving and taken from the wrong half of the field. Klaus is furious, but it's another free kick to England.
A definite free kick. I mean, basically, Gahey's the one on the front foot. He's the one going to deal with the ball. Carlson just took him out.
Well, a late goal from a free kick here would paper over a fair few cracks from an England perspective. This one, I don't think will be worked short. Pickford to take it, just lofting it towards the edge of the penalty area. First contact from a Danish player, so is the second. Cleared back towards Trippier inside the centre circle, and deeper from him to Pickford. Denmark push up, condense the play, trying to play England offside. They haven't managed that as Pickford launches a long ball forward, not quite long enough. Gallagher going in for it in the midfield with Mæhle, and Mæhle can come away with it. Now towards Nørgaard, who can turn neatly. To his right-hand side for Christensen. Christensen.
This is your idea of a perfect Sunday? Nestling in the sweet embrace of Gary's thighs? What for? For the glory of sports. Be ready with high protein from Vector.
Free kick taken by Gahey to Pickford. Yeah, absolutely no hurry to get the ball forward, England.
I'm astounded, Jim, how drained our players look. I really am. They're absolutely flat on their feet. And all they're doing is encouraging the Danes to come on to us.
20 seconds to go. Bellingham, Ford, Eze trying to take it in his stride on the edge of the penalty area. Eze working it square. Almost broke Jarrod Bowen's way. Didn't quite. Denmark clear it. Stones brings it forward. Stones clipping it right in the last seconds of the game here. Into Walker and back again. Into Gallagher and back again. Into Declan Rice. And that is the end of the game. Boos and whistles greet the full-time whistle. It's a positive result for England in that it keeps them top of the group. Not a positive performance. If anything, lulling future opponents into a false sense of security. England mentally and physically drained, not able to perform of their best in any shape or form. They led, sat back, got caught, hung on, and it's finished 1-1.
Well, we're going to take your calls on that. I think I'm pretty certain what you're all going to say. That was rubbish. 03717 223344. And a few England players collapsed to the ground after that. Listen, we told you before the game it was hot. We told you during the game the pitch was cutting up. Same for both sides. So England can't have that excuse. And, you know, England were clueless, talentless, hopeless. They lacked energy, they lacked ideas, they lacked quality. Just not good enough. But it might be good enough to get out of the group. And Stuart Pearce just totally disappointed and deflated with what I've seen.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's very difficult for me to offer you words of wisdom to change that mentality. I think you should be of that mindset. We lacked energy. The performance was flat as a pancake. It was quite incredible. And at the end of the game, if anything, we were playing with that lack of energy. We were drawing Denmark onto us and looking to make mistakes that were going to cost us the game. The only positives. Gahey, I thought, once again has been England, arguably our best player. Certainly in this game he was, and another solid performance. And on top of that, we've got a point to move on with. But there you go.
Boos from the England fans were warranted. Listen, in the context of the group, it's not the end of the world. England almost certainly will qualify from the group. But if we're going to go deep in this tournament, we're going to win the thing. They've got to play a whole lot better than that. At times, Declan Rice seemed to be arguing with Jordan Pickford. There seemed to be debates between the two of them. Declan Rice was really deep. He sold Mark Gahey short with a pass backwards that nearly put us in trouble. Gahey with the rescue. Declan Rice was poor today. That's not normally him, is it?
No, he was flat of energy, which is unlike him. Yes, maybe he was playing too deep. we talked prior to the tournament about how can we get more energy and a better performance from Deck, because he's got so much more to offer maybe than just that holding midfield player. I was really, really disappointed with Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane today. Harry's got his goal, well done. But I tell you what, I'm not sure how Jude stayed on the pitch for 90 minutes. I've got to be honest with you.
Is that because we're over-reliant on him and we're just hoping for a little bit of magic, even though he's had a rare bad game? Have we become over-reliant on him, desperate for him to do something?
I think there's a little bit of that in there. I felt a little bit sorry for Saka and Foden being substituted and Jude staying on the pitch. It's horses for courses, and for me, I think moving Foden into that central role would have been a better option.
So what do we put right for this? What can we do for the next game? Because, for a long time now, 10 minutes before the end of the first half in the first game. So you're talking, 55 minutes of football in the first game. England weren't good. First 20 minutes here, they were good until they scored, and then they completely went off the boil. So that's a lot of football with England not playing fluently. Now, you want to peak at the right times, but it looks like we're nowhere near peaking.
Yeah, it'd be fair to say, listen, if you said to me, give me 5 bullet points on why we haven't performed today, I would say our fullbacks have not been anywhere near as high up the pitch and offering threat going forward as they should have done. And more so Cole Walker, because he's more of a natural there. The only time he went up the pitch and pressed, I think that was probably the only time he got in the opposition's box. And for Cole Walker, who's an attacking fullback with the pace he's got, it is not good enough. I didn't see any runs in behind from our front four in the main, the odd one from Saka over the 2 games. But when we pick the ball up in midfield, if you're going to put Trent in midfield for his passing range, if all he's got is 4 players just staring back at him and no one offering a spin in behind, you saw the difference really with Watkins coming on, spinning in behind, nearly getting in and stretching their back line. That's what was needed. It really was. And defensively, in and around our box, especially first half, the defensive dome was not aggressive enough in stopping attempts being played through our line. And there's one team on the pitch at the moment clapping their fans, and it's not England.
No, the Denmark players are still out there applauding their fans who stay behind. A lot of the England fans have gone disappointed with what they've seen, and the England players are already in the dressing room. Let me give you Group C. England are top of Group C with 4 points from 2 games. Yet again, they've drawn their second game in the group. Denmark 2 points from 2, Slovenia 2 points from 2, Serbia 1 point from 2. A draw against Slovenia in the last game, and England are through a win, and obviously guarantees that they win the group. But seriously poor performance from England today. And if people are thinking that England are going to win this tournament, then this England side have got to start playing better. Things have to change drastically. Again, the substitutions will be questioned. As Stuart said, I was surprised Saka was taken off. I was surprised Foden was taken off as well. I thought those two showed a lot of enterprise, a lot of energy from Saka. I thought he was one of our best players, and yet they got taken off. Seemed very strange. And one other thing as well, Cole Palmer, arguably the best player in the Premier League towards the end of the season, sat on the bench and stayed there. So what is going on with this England side? They're way better. They have to try really hard to be this bad. And they were truly terrible here today. I think they're lucky to get a draw. Denmark won, England won. We'll take your calls. We'll get England reaction as well. Your calls, please. 03717 22 3344.
Euro Game Day Live, delivered by TalkSport with Burger King. Get your classic Game Day flame grilled Whopper made fresh and delivered to your door. Order your Burger King delivery now.
Well, you can see why people are talking about Asda, can't you?
Of course, on paper, Asda have a great lineup with 2 for £7 on Coke 8 packs. Then there's pizza price drops, including the talented spicy chicken fajita flavour and classic 4-cheese deep dish. Worth £3 each, now £2 each.
And don't forget the dependable garlic flatbread was £1.80, now £1.50. What a lineup!
Get match ready at Asda this summer. Asda, that's more like it. Selected stores online subject to availability. Coke 330ml, £4.25 each. Pizzas and flatbread end 17th of July. May exclude express and small stores. See asda.com/small stores.
Here she is, the 3-time world champion. What has she got in store for us today? Things are starting to heat up. Here she goes.
Triple builders, double stir. I don't believe it. And a chocolate digestive to finish it off. A thing of beauty. You have to say, the judges are going to love this one.
British Gas, powering home fans during this summer of sport.
Let's go live to hear about that winning goal.
The crowd's gone absolutely wild here. How on earth do you sum up your emotions right now?
Amazing. A hat trick is just the best feeling ever.
Is it though? Is kicking a ball into the back of the net really better than food fulfillment from Burger King? That warm, fuzzy feeling of total food satisfaction, like finishing the last bite of a Gourmet King's barbecue steakhouse Angus.
No.
Correct. Burger King. That's food fulfillment.
This tournament, prepare for greatness with William Hill. Get ready for last-minute winners, legendary goals, and straight red cards. Oh, what was he thinking? Win 25% more on every single game this tournament with Bet Builder Extra, online or in the app, only from William Hill. Available day before match to kickoff. Bet Builders with 3+ selections at 3-1 or more. Pre-match singles, match stake £20. Full T's and C's apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Booking geniuses, save your summer. Get a wiggle on and book yourself a bargain with On the Beach. Big budget or small, we've got a mega holiday for all. Should have been a rapper. On the Beach, book like a genius, holiday like a fool.
Atto protected.
On the beach.
Settle down for a night of crime. Witness a heist. Follow a car chase. Eat too much popcorn. Meet a mafia boss. Join in on a bank robbery. Think about making a cup of tea. Be too comfortable to get up. For less.
Selected IKEA sofas are now at a new lower price, along with thousands of other products. IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
This Euros, The Sun is bringing you all the gossip, goals and giants of the game. Get insights and analysis from Harry, should have been England manager, Redknapp, Jack, the maestro, Wilshere, Gordon, no nonsense, Strachan, and Jurgen, the winner, Klinsmann. You won't want to miss it. Don't miss out, only in The Sun.
Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18+, always drink responsibly.
On 1089 and 1053 medium wave, on DAB, online and on your smart speaker. Official broadcaster of UEFA Euro 2024, Germany.
TalkSport. TalkSport.
No one gets you closer to the Euro action.
Pump up your summer.
Euro Game Day Live with Adrian Durham
on TalkSport.
Treffers.
Well, live here in Frankfurt, it finished Denmark 1, England 1. Just a note that Jason Cundy, Jamie O'Hara will be back on the sports bar a little bit later on, 10 o'clock tonight, taking your calls, and they'll revisit this England game, no doubt about that. On the watch-along on TalkSport's YouTube channel, they have both said that Kane and Foden should be dropped. They said it's the worst performance they've seen under Gareth Southgate. And you might want your say on all of that. 03717 22 33 44. And just some reaction. We'll get our own interviews with Gareth Southgate and some of the England players. Already spoken after the game. He said, quote, "We're top of the group. This is tournament football. Let's take this as a point, a well-deserved point." And he was asked if the manager told the players to drop back after England had gone in front. And his answer was no, not at all. Your calls to come in just a second. Myself and Stuart Pearce are here in Frankfurt, having witnessed Denmark 1, England 1, 03717 22 33 44. But we've got another game for you on TalkSport tonight. Kicks off in just under an hour, and it's a big one. Spain, Italy, Gelsenkirchen with the teams. Alex Brook.
Good evening, Adrian. This should be an absolute belter, the clash of two genuine powerhouses. Just the one change for Spain. Aymeric Laporte returns from injury. He slots straight back in at the heart of defence as Nacho has a muscle problem. Italy unchanged from the side that conceded after 23 seconds against Albania and came back to win. It's Spain against Italy in Gelsenkirchen.
Right, let's get some of your calls. Dave is an Arsenal fan who's given us a call. Dave, what did you make of that? England, top of the group, but what did you make of the performance, Dave?
Absolutely awful. Absolutely woeful. And you know he's getting away with it, Adrian? Have we only got one left back in England? One left back. And he's taken an injured left back. And everyone go, oh, it's only a left back. It imbalances the team. Every time Trippier gets the ball, there can be no overlap because he comes back inside because he's right-footed. As for let's be honest here, not a Chelsea sport. I can't believe anyone will come on. If you think that Conor Gallagher is the answer to your midfield problems for your country, then we are in a lot of trouble. He is an industrious, break-up play midfielder at best. Why? There's no Cole Palmer coming on. I mean, we've got... it's very simple. We all know it. He's shoehorning Alexander-Arnold in. It's not the fella's fault, but he's not a midfield player. He put Foden in his right position, Gordon on the left-hand side, or, you know, you've got Saka on the right, or Bowen. Watkins up front. Kane has done, all right, he scored the goal, but it fell to him. He's not going to run him behind. But this is not, it's truly, truly woeful. And the people who've paid a lot of money to go out there, you know, I feel for them. But we won't win this tournament.
Dave, thanks for the call. Appreciate that. Jordan Henderson has put on social media that the fans should trust the team. And at this stage, we're 2 games in. They are top of the group, and they have maintained it is about getting through the group. But I thought Stuart Pearce, very quickly, let's address all of Dave's points, because I thought he made some good ones. The left-back situation, you and I have spoken about this already. I thought Ben Chilwell should have been in the squad. But I'll tell you what's happening. Luke Shaw is becoming world-class in his own absence, isn't he?
Yeah, he certainly is. And he's a very adept international fullback. There's no doubt about that. And we had this conversation months ago about Luke Shaw being fit. And I said to you, it worries the life out of me if he isn't. And I think we've seen 2 performances where we've had nothing from the left-hand side. And that's not a criticism of Foden in this. Foden comes and plays inside. You need a fullback to go beyond him to deliver balls with his left foot. And that's something we're struggling with a little bit here. But the worst thing for me, we look devoid of energy. And I've had teams and I've seen teams play, and sometimes you put the team out there and for whatever reason, there's no energy within the group. That was today. And where was the energy? That's why Gallagher come on the pitch, to try and enforce a bit of energy amongst the group. But it's the flattest I've seen Declan and Jude, certainly Harry as well, physically flat.
I did ask you at half-time. I'll ask you again now. The Trent Alexander-Arnold experiment in midfield, we're kind of giving it a serious go at a major tournament, which for me feels a little bit weird. I do appreciate he has played there for England before, but I think a lot of fans who've just heard Dave there have got misgivings about it. Has it just got to come to an end?
Well, what we've got is this. We've got situations where domino effect in certain positions on the pitch are happening, you know. So we've got a wide left midfield player in Phil coming off the flank, which normally naturally says to the left fullback, go on and go past me. You've got Trent Alexander, who's got one of the best passing ranges in England, with no advance to him. 4 players are coming towards him and no one's running in behind. Now, what chance has he got of supplying the ball if no one runs in behind? 2 out of the 4 have got to be running in behind. You've got to see 2 numbers at least going in behind. And if you don't do that, you've got a bit of a problem. Gahey is the only bright spark at the moment from today's game for me.
And just let's take another call, actually. David is a Manchester City fan. England get a draw, but it really wasn't a great performance. David, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, well, wow. What can we say? I mean, watching us, he's hung Trent Alexander-Arnold out to dry, hasn't he? Because he's not working that. And why we've got to play these 2 holding midfielders in front of the back 4, I don't get it. Why has it got to be 2 there? Why can't you have the one, and take that other one out, and then have a 4 midfield behind the striker? Take that holding one out and put an extra one further up. We're far better further up than defensively. So, you know, we're going to have to try and maybe outscore teams if we can. But this idea of having 2 holding midfield players, and there's just too many grey areas. Trippier at right back, playing left back, right back at left back with Trippier. There's too many areas. Phil Foden, it feels like he's absolutely hung him out to dry as well. There was moments in that second half where he picked the ball up, Phil, where he came inside. He started venturing over to the middle a bit, and we started getting a bit of joy. But he's been good at coming off the right this season, Phil, and getting it on his left and shooting on target a lot. You know, and as well, he's coming off the left, he's on his right foot when he's coming inside. He's better when he comes inside on his left rather than in on his right. But to me, it's typical of Southgate, mate. The Euro 96 when he missed that penalty, it sums him up. He can't make decisions, mate. It's as simple as that. He stepped up in 96 and he didn't know where to put the ball, did he? Pick your spot, make a decision, pal. He doesn't make decisions.
I understand why you've gone there with that. I'm not sure we can look at today's performance and go back to a penalty in a shootout in 1996 with any kind of credibility. Foden today, I thought was brighter today.
I did as well. I wouldn't have taken him off the pitch. I'd have moved his position and played him in as a number 10. I think he was the one who was getting on the ball on occasion, and I would have liked to have seen him as an out-and-out number 10, probably during the second half of the game, mate.
Paul is a West Ham fan. Hiya, Paul. You're with us on TalkSport. We're live in Frankfurt. We've just witnessed Denmark 1, England 1. Taking your calls. Paul, what do you got to say?
Yeah, hi guys. Just watched the game. Obviously, it weren't a great performance. I agree with everyone on that. What I just want to offer is a bit of sort of perspective as an England fan. Taking it not just from looking at the here and now, but looking at England as a nation for decades now. Southgate gets a bit hung out to dry, and while I don't agree with a lot of his set-up tactically, and I don't think he changes things quick enough, I agree with everyone on that, and he's a bit conservative. I don't like how he gets sort of hung out as an England manager for sort of, I hear a lot of people talking recently going, if we don't win this tournament, that's it, he's a failure. Well, I've been an England fan all my life, and we've never been a overly sort of progressive passing team, wonderful to watch. We've always been a bit nervy in tournaments. It's always been very nail-biting, playing with loads of heart, hoping we can get over the line, but our heartbreaking if we lose on penalties. England have never I've never really watched them, apart from maybe Euro 96, and thought, wow, we are like a real fluid team. And I do think the media, to a point, not overplay these players. We've got a great squad, another great generation, but this squad of players, for all their talent, I don't think they are necessarily miles and miles better than past England squads I've seen. I mean, 2002...
Just stay there for a second. Thank you very much for the call. Let's head down to Faye Carruthers. She's with Kieran Trippier.
Kieran, we couldn't even shake hands then because you're pouring with sweat, which goes to show how hot it was out there. A point against Denmark, but how do you rate that performance?
Yeah, we can do better, of course we can. But as you said, it's a point. When we don't play well, the most important thing is you don't get beat, and we didn't get beat. Me personally and the lads know we can take it so many levels, of course we can, but we need to stay calm, we need to stay positive, because it's 4 points on the board, and it's tournament football, it's difficult. Denmark are a top side. You've always got to respect who you're playing against them. And yeah, 4 points on the board. We know we can do better, but we'll review the game on and off the ball, and yeah, we'll keep going.
There were boos at full time. A lot of people phoning into TalkSport tonight, not happy again with the performance. And you wanted to do better than the Serbia game, and it felt almost as if that was a worse performance than the Serbia game.
Well, of course, we understand people's frustration, but us players, we just need to stay calm, stick together. Of course, the fans demand more, and we demand more as well as players. So we understand the supporters' frustration, but for us players, it's no time to panic. 4 points on the board, 1 game left, and we know we can take it so many levels. We know we can be even stronger. But now it's about staying calm and staying together. That's the most important thing.
Why did you think you weren't so calm tonight? Because there were points where you were having your proper backs against the wall and got lucky on a couple of occasions. Why do you think the performance wasn't quite there?
There's no excuses. We know we can do better, especially on the ball with the quality that we've got, myself included. But yeah, there's. I don't want to make any excuses. We know we can do better. But as I said before, us as a team, coaching staff, medical staff, we stay calm, we stay positive, and we'll look forward to the next game.
I am going to ask Gareth about the substitutions, but just from your point of view, with Eza coming on in place of Foden, it felt as if Foden was brighter than he was in the Serbia game. What was the tactical change for that, and did it work or not?
With Eza and Phil. Again, it's a Gareth's decision, but it was as you're here. It was so hot. Sometimes you need to mix things up. As is obviously a different type of player to Phil. Maybe Gareth thought, it was the right thing to do. Obviously, Gareth, the manager, he makes the substitutions. So, but yeah, like I said, everyone that came on made an impact in different ways. Jared, direct, Connor, he's got his energy, he's got his presence. So, yeah, and congrats to them for making their debut as well in the European Championships.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Kieran.
Thank you very much.
There you go, Kieran Trippier live with TalkSport's Faye Carruthers. Interesting views there. Stuart Pearce, he said he understood the fans' frustrations, but let's not panic. We can be stronger. We can take it to different levels. So he's got the philosophical approach, but an admission that they really didn't play well. I don't think they're coming out and saying everything's okay. They know they didn't play well.
We sat in the stand think that, you know, they don't know the performance was under par. You're deluded. Every performance I put in for England that wasn't good enough, I knew before anybody else. And they'll be disappointed with that. They'll be pleased with a point. There's no doubt about that. They want to win the group. I think they want to avoid Germany in the next round. I really do. And to be fair, it was a flat performance.
Let's go back to Faye Carruthers. She's with Carl Walker.
Yeah, England's vice-captain stood in front of me. Carl, a difficult night, point on the board. How do you analyse the result and the performance?
You analyse it as tournament football. I feel, obviously, we all know in there that we've got a lot more gears in the tank. I think it's a great message. What, you know, we've all said in there is if we're not playing at our best and we're still getting, you know, we'll say a result, you know, we're top of the group still, probably qualified, you know, and we'll move on to the next game. You know, we know we've got gears in, you know, left in us, but it's tournament football and it's not easy. It's a good Denmark team. Listen, they've had a shot from range and it's gone in, and you have to take your hats off sometimes to them. That thought, you know, as a whole, we know we can do a little bit better, but let's not be negative. We need to be positive. We're top of the group and we're moving forward.
Was that the message in the dressing room after? Because I did notice you were in there for a lot longer than you normally come out for your media interviews, much earlier than you have done tonight. What was the debrief like in there?
No, it is what it is. It's football. It's tournament football and nothing's easy. Has anyone won a tournament? We're playing well all the way through. You know, we got to a final last year and we didn't win the second game. And that's just how it is. Hopefully, you know, we can show the real ability and the real, you know, character that we've got in that dressing room to go and get the results that we should be getting. But no, it's full credit to Denmark, and you know, we'll take a point and move on.
You keep saying the team needs to do better. You heard the boos at the end of the match. Difficult to hear that, I'm sure, particularly after the second game. But what is it that you can do better at? Why are we seeing slightly substandard England performances at the moment?
You hear boos if we do 2-0. You hear boos if it's 1-1. You're going to hear boos. Some people, I think that's why we love this game so much, because it's all about opinions and what we feel. Now, come the end of the game, we just need to manage the game. We knew that, you know, 4 points obviously probably takes us through. And if we go up trying to go gun-ho and try and score a goal and get nicked on the counter-attack, everyone was saying naive and how silly we are for going and chucking bodies forward. It's a game how the game panned out. And sometimes you just have to take it as that. We know as a group of players, individually and collectively, we can do better. But that's tournament football. You know, no England side has ever won 2 games in a tournament, and that's why it's so hard, because of teams, you know, like this that are tough to break down.
There is always the accusation that England sit back when they've taken an early lead, and it seemed like that again, and then Denmark were able to put the pressure on. Is that an instruction, or is that something that you as players just automatically do?
I don't think that you automatically want to sit back. I think once you're doing something good, why change something? You know, don't change something that's not broken. You know, you want to keep on the front foot. You want to keep putting pressure. I think that they're weakest, their heads have dropped, but also where we could be at our weakest, where we're a little bit, you know, high, and we get lapsy-daisy and all of a sudden they could go and score a goal. But obviously in football, you don't want to drop off. You want to keep pressing forward and go and get the second, the third, the fourth. But in good teams, and especially in international football, it doesn't really happen like that. You have to be patient. You have to break teams down. Now, that's something that we have to learn, you know, and we have to learn very quickly if we want to go far in this tournament.
Just one final question for you. Jude Bellingham seemed really quiet compared to the performance we saw from him the other night against Serbia. Was there a particular reason for that, or are we just putting too much pressure on him?
I think a lot of people put a lot of pressure on these young boys. We're a group of men, and we and I keep saying it, I've said it in so many interviews, we don't go out onto the pitch wanting not to be the best player or be the man of the match. We all want to do well. But sometimes it's a game of football and you have an opponent against you, and sometimes they, might get the upper hand on one action and you might get the upper hand on the other action. Jude's a fantastic player, Phil's a fantastic player, Adrian's a fantastic player, Bakayos a fantastic player. I could name countless of them. But, sometimes you don't get the rub of the green. But I'd rather not get the rub of the green now and keep, getting, the draws and the wins that we have been getting, and we'll save it until the knockout stages.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you ever so much. Thank you.
Well, I'll hold him to that. He's gone through the fantastic players, but not a fantastic team in this game, and not a fantastic performance at all. Interesting thoughts from Carl Walker. It is time now to cross over to our Carling correspondent, who's capturing the aftermath back home live from Birmingham's Lunar Springs.
The Carling correspondent on TalkSport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Anil Kandola's there for TalkSport. How's it looking, Anil?
Thanks, Adrian. Yeah, it's a disappointing day, isn't it? And I'm glad to say that I'm joined by Steve, the England fan. Steve, what are your initial reactions to it? As I say, a disappointing result in the end.
Massively disappointing. Again, another Southgate negative show. We go 1-0 up early, and then all of a sudden, 11 behind the ball. We're just purely defending. It's not good enough at all.
Yeah, obviously, look, it's a big elephant in the room in terms of Gareth Southgate. What are your thoughts on the England manager? Do you think he is the right guy to lead this very talented side to some glory, or does he not quite cut it for you?
Not remotely. He's not. He just doesn't have it. He's too negative. We've got the best attacking players in Europe, in the world, in fact, and he doesn't utilise them. We're defending with like 7 players. It just doesn't work. Trent in the midfield doesn't work for me. We've got Kobe Mainoo, we've got Adam Wharton, we've got Conor Gallagher. Play a natural centre midfield. Trent can't get in at right back. Why should he get in at centre midfield? We need natural players in natural positions. Trippier on the left, it's not working. Luke Shaw needs to get some fitness back. We need to get him in.
And one very final thing, please keep it clean for us. If you had a message for the England boys now and Gareth Southgate, what would you say?
Passion, more consistency, and more attacking.
Yeah, well, there we have it. Thank you, Steve. And back to you, Adrian. I mean, some very disappointed England fans, and I think they have a right to. Let's hope it improves. And, of course, we will see England's final game live on TalkSport.
Cheers, Anil. And let's just remind everybody, England, as Carl Walker said, are probably qualified. They are top of the group. A point will do it, but 4 points might just be enough to qualify anyway. Let's see what happens. That was our Carling correspondent. Thanks to Carling, 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
The Carling correspondent on TalkSport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Spain, Italy in Group B is coming up at 8 o'clock. We'll take you there very, very shortly in around about 7 or 8 minutes' time. And don't forget, on the website, talksport.com, tomorrow morning, Henry Winter will give you his verdict on this England performance here in Frankfurt. And coming up very shortly, I'd say in the next half hour or so, I'll be giving you my marks out of 10 for all the England players from this performance this evening. England won, Denmark won, but not good. Somebody in there got a 2 out of 10. You can check it out, talksport.com. That's coming up.
Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Let's go live to hear about that winning goal.
The crowd's gone absolutely wild here. How on earth do you sum up your emotions right now?
Amazing. A hat-trick is just the best feeling ever.
Is it though? Is kicking a ball into the back of the net really better than food fulfillment from Burger King? That warm, fuzzy feeling of total food satisfaction, like finishing the last bite of a Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus.
No.
Correct. Burger King. That's food fulfillment.
Get match ready with Club Card prices. Like 2 for £8 on selected Fire Pit barbecue products. With Tesco Club Card, everyone can feel the to lower prices. Tesco, every little helps. Majority of larger stores ends 22nd of September, excludes Northern Ireland. Club Card or app required.
Strength comes from confidence, both on and off the pitch. And confidence starts with self-care. Upgrade your game with Dove Men Plus Care Advanced 72-hour sweat protection antiperspirant deodorant and Dove Men Plus Care 24-hour nourishing body wash. Perfect for your post-match shower. Now available in new eucalyptus and mint long-lasting fresh fragrance. Let confidence last with Dove Men Plus Care. Proud partners of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
I need to get snacks. I need to get drinks. Should have done this beforehand. I need to get treats. Gotta find a big pig. Gotta find a BP. Oh, my mates say won't like me. Gotta find a... Oh, there it is.
BP is here for all your big game essentials. Plus, BP Me Rewards members can earn points to put towards great saves.
Had him in the car. One. Hungry mates. Now.
BP, here for all of life's journeys. BP Me Rewards card or app required. For full T's and C's, visit bpmerewards.co.uk.
When Andre sold his car on finance with Motorway, he got more money. Ooh! He then put that extra money into tickets to follow his team around the country. Come on, lads! Selling on Motorway was completely stress-free, which is more than I can say about being a supporter of... Yes!
Sell your car the more money way, where 84% of sellers sold for more. Motorway. Validated against 2 independent sources. Visit motorway.co.uk/claim.
This tournament, prepare for greatness with William Hill. Get ready for last-minute winners, legendary goals, and, straight red cards. Oh, what was he thinking? Win 25% more on every single game this tournament with Bet Builder Extra, online or in the app. Only from William Hill. Available day before match to kick-off. Bet Builders are 3+ selections at 3-1 or more. Pre-match singles, match stake £20. Full T's and C's apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Here we are then, Jeff. Just minutes to go until the whistle. Will they make it?
Tense is an understatement, Jeff. There's so much riding on it. The question is, will they be able to find that extra gear when they need it most?
And here we go. Oh, yes, they've made it. That's why you drive a properly maintained vehicle.
Love to see that.
It's starting. Come on.
Make sure your journey to the match is a smooth one. Book a free vehicle safety check today at quickfit.com or your local centre. QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
Euro Game Day Live, delivered by TalkSport with Burger King. Get the ultimate food satisfaction this half-time with the flame-grilled bacon double cheeseburger XL. Order now on the Burger King app.
Euro 2024 Germany.
And it's gone in!
Tomorrow afternoon from 2, uninterrupted, on-location commentary of Slovakia versus Ukraine.
What a wonderful goal!
Soccer punch your summer.
On TalkSport 2.
TalkSport Live in Frankfurt, Spain, Italy is coming up. We're also going to hear at some point from the England manager Gareth Southgate as well. But let's take a look at the King performance, thanks to Burger King.
King Performance on TalkSport with Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction with the Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus. Order your Burger King delivery now.
England 1, Denmark 1. So Stuart Pearce, who are you going for your King performance of the match?
Well, I'm going to go for an England player, surprisingly, and it's going to be Mark Gahey. I thought he built on his last performance, made some really important interceptions, was winning the ball in front of forwards on the halfway line, and if it wasn't for him, it might have been a different matter and a different scoreline, and not for a good way for England.
Yeah, you're not wrong. There was one down here where Declan Rice sold him short a little bit. Maybe he should have been aware and waited for the pass, but sold him short. Denmark robbed it. He raced back and put in a goal-saving challenge, I think. And that just about summed him up today. Good defending, I think.
Yeah, it did. And as I say, he's had a solid tournament so far. There's no doubt on average over the 2 games, he's, I think, been our best player.
Mark Gahey, the King performance pick in association with Burger King.
King Performance on TalkSport with Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction with the Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus. Order your Burger King delivery now.
Well, Jim Proudfoot, Stuart Pearce and myself will be giving our verdict on